Hey, what's going on, you guys? That volume better not be up.
Yeah, I gotta turn the volume down.
I was like, because in 5 seconds, I'm gonna hear my voice echoing back at me. It's gonna freak me out.
Yeah.
But hey, everybody,
Turned off.
what's going on? It's Friday night. It's our favorite show of the week.
Yep.
I was gonna say our favorite night of the week, but actually, usually Saturday nights is fun because we go out.
This is our favorite night. This is just our favorite show because
This is our favorite show.
we don't have to prepare for it. This is basically open lines Friday. The fucking Friday is here. The weekend's come. We're gonna help you drink your way into the weekend. With us, we're drinking.
Yeah.
We're having this is Arnold Palmer with rum.
We weren't drinking before, I swear.
No, the back of my tongue swole because my tooth broke.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's sharp back there and it's rubbing against it.
I had that happen.
Man, I went back there with a piece of sandpaper and filed off the hard edges, the sharp edges on it too. It got a lot better. But the base of my tongue on the right side, it's like right up next to the wisdom tooth. Man.
I had the exact same thing happen because the tooth that I have in the very, very back, it might be a wisdom tooth for all I know because I never had those out. So, but it cracked in half. I think I bit down on a clove or something like that. Not a clove cigarette, an actual clove. And it cracked it. And half of it fell out. But then, like, half of it was still in there for, like, months and months, and it was, like, really jagged.
Rubbing, yeah.
And it kept, like, cutting the inside of my cheek and shit like that. But finally, I kept, like, fucking with it.
If you told me, I would have done something, try to do something about it.
Well, that's why I didn't tell you, because I knew you were going to reach in there. Like,
I got a fucking...
Here, I'll get it.
I got a chargeable Dremel tool, that's cordless, and all the fucking tools that a dentist uses, basically. I could work on teeth if I knew what I was doing. But I would just kind of file things and grind things and flatten things,
I already let you pierce my nipples.
We mean working on your teeth.
I don't know if I want you working on my teeth or sticking your fingers in my eyeballs.
What I'm worried about is biting on the base of my tongue.
Yeah.
The base is a little bit too big. It doesn't fit in the back of my mouth right now.
Yeah, you got all kind of problems.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing.
I fell it down though. It's better. It's just
And that's another thing too is like it would when I had the same thing, it would kind of like cut the side of your tongue too, and then the side of your tongue would swell up, and then and then it would keep doing
It's not doing it on the cheek side; it's doing it on the tongue side.
So I'm still like used to only chewing on one side of my mouth, and that was like a long time ago that tooth fell out. Like I said, it's in the very, very, very back.
I got that dental insurance. I could probably get it pulled for $20.
That's what I mean. I don't know why you don't go do that.
Because I fucking had to go down there.
I mean, I don't have insurance, so it's like I probably would just pull shit out myself.
I hate going to those motherfuckers, man.
I mean, I do too, but like I said, I mean, luckily, knock on, this isn't wood, but whatever this is, knock on press board. I don't usually get sick enough to have to go to a doctor. I mean, if I did, I'd be hosed because, like I said, I don't have any insurance or anything or any money.
The office is right near Sam's.
So,
it's right
the
there.
Dental insurance?
Yeah.
The dental one?
The dental place.
Yeah.
It's a little dental office.
I don't like going to the dentist.
They'll pull teeth for $20.
I have been to the dentist.
Yeah.
But, like, I had teeth filled and stuff, like, a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I don't usually.
Yeah, they'll pull a teeth for $20 and they'll do a cleaning for like $40 because your insurance covers most of it,
Yeah, everybody's talking about their teeth. Randa says my teeth are fucked, so I don't drink as much anymore. Yeah. I couldn't remove my own teeth, but I'll pierce my own ears. Yeah, I pierce my own ears too. And like I said, I did let Tom pierce my nipples, which was kind of a traumatic experience, but we got through it. We got through it. I think he was more...
I was more freaked out about it than she was. I was just trying
now, it hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think you were more upset about it than I was.
It wasn't like I thought it was going to be.
No,
that nipple material's much tougher than what I thought it was.
Well, yeah, like I said, you got little fucking gremlins, like, chewing on it all the time.
When I put that big fucking head... I started with a needle, okay? It was a piercing needle. I had a whole kit for it. I started with one that was about the same gauge as the bars that we're going to put in there. I went through that, and I knew where to go in. The piercings themselves are great. They're nice and deep, and they're set
you did a really good job.
They look fucking great. Because I mapped them all out. I had the fucking body marker pins, medical shit, and fucking I had all
the whole kit. He studied it for weeks and weeks before.
Yeah, how to do it. Thing is you can't simulate how tough that shit is. It was cracking and popping as I was putting through there.
And I was like,
going, God damn, no. But I got halfway through it already, so I said, might as well.
I gotta fucking.
Yeah, and I put it through there, and then I fucking put the bar behind the needle, and then fucking pushed the needle out with the bar, and then screwed the end on.
Here's the thing, though.
And check this out, though. The second one, I could put the needle through. And something happened.
Something went wrong.
I pushed the needle all the way out without thinking.
Something like that.
And now there was nothing to guide the bar in. So I had to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, because for the first tit, I was sitting up. Like I was sitting up on the weight machine, like with my tits kind of over the pad. And he got like halfway through, and I said, I think I'm gonna pass out. Yeah. So probably I should lay down. Because I have like real low blood pressure, so like I'll pass out at the slightest provocation. So he had to lay down, and it's just like, it hurt a lot, and it was like unpleasant. But it's like we did one, and then I was like, man, that sucked. And then I was just like, look, I need a break. Like we can't do the other one right away.
We did that a couple hours later.
And then like I thought about just having the one, and I was like, no, that would be dumb.
You'll see girls with one, and that's why.
And I understand. I'm like, I feel you, girl. Because I always did that too. I was like, man, fuck it, I'll just be asymmetrical. But I can't do that. I can't be asymmetrical. It's against my OCD or something. No. But so like we waited a couple of hours, and I chilled out, and I was just like, then, I just laid down. And he did it, and it's just like, and then like he did it, and I thought he did it, and he's like, oh, I fucked it up, I gotta do it again. I'm like, motherfucker. Oh. I was like, the second one didn't hurt as much, I guess, because I knew what to expect. Like it still hurt a lot, but I was expecting it that time.
Yeah, and see, that porn producer that I know, he used to be a piercer, so he was also telling me, trying to get me ready for it, but he didn't tell me how hard it was.
Yeah, to get
the material. He just told me that,
Yeah, it's not like piercing your ear.
Yeah,
because I pierced my ear and it didn't hurt at all.
Yeah, he just made sure that I knew the procedure. I said, oh yeah. Fucking afterwards, I said, dude, you didn't tell me how fucking tough that shit is. He goes, oh no, that shit's hard, man. It's like going through bacon.
Yeah,
like cooked bacon. That's what it's like going through. I said, yeah, it is.
And it makes a noise like that too. It's kind of alarming.
Yeah. And I sent him pictures of them, and he goes, "Oh, you did a good job, man, for your first time."
They came out.
They're straight. They're all they're in proper position and everything.
But the thing about it, I was gonna say, is that I probably have like a little bit of PTSD.
Yeah.
Because when he's changing them out, I can't really change them out because I can't see good enough. So he has to change them, change.
I'll put rings. New stuff in there. She's got rings in there now.
Yeah, so he put stuff in there, and when he changed them before,
the first time
I fainted.
She passed out.
Like, I was okay. Like, I was standing there in the bathroom, and he was doing it and stuff. And then I was walking out, and I just went...
Yeah, and it was a month after the procedure, so everything was all healed up. You could take...
Yeah, it didn't hurt. It's just, I guess, the idea of it.
I said, okay, I put better ones in there.
And then other day...
And she was okay. She's walking behind me, and her boom! And I turned around, and she's... I was like, what the fuck is right here?
I didn't even, have any warning that time. Like, usually I'll have about 5 seconds where I'm like, oh shit, like, I'm going to pass it. Like, my vision will start to go black, because I'm very... It happens a lot, so I'm very familiar with the feeling. And usually I have 5 or 10 seconds to, sit down. You know what I mean? Like, before I fall down. But that one I wasn't expecting it, because it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
He'd already done it, and I was just like, okay, fine. And then I walked out, and then I just passed out, in the little hallway by the bathroom. Yeah. Clunk. And then I woke up, I was like, what the fuck happened? Why am I on the floor? I didn't get it. But, so from now on, he changed them the other day. Now I just have, plain little... I had, real fancy ones in there that had, little pearls on them and shit. But now I just have, plain silver rings, which are actually, a lot... They're not huge. They're just, little. And they're a lot...
Yeah, they're small gauge, but they're about the size
They're
of a
not
quarter.
as pretty, but they look a lot better. They're a lot more low profile, and they don't get caught on as much stuff.
Snag on anything.
I mean, I got used to the fancy ones that I had before. You get used to them being there. You know what I mean? So it's that you have to be careful so they don't snag on your towel when you're drying off after the shower and stuff like that. But these ones are a lot less obtrusive, so they don't. They're just round, so they don't get caught on anything. The other ones would every now and then.
Yeah, that picture frame was the picture frame.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit that picture.
Well, then...
But it will fit other pictures because it's the same size as the other two. You know, the Morticia Adam ones. So I'll just get another
that picture that you got was like a weird size.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Did you not
but
measure it?
I went and asked them what the size was, and they I guess they had the wrong size. What they told me was the wrong size because that's what I ordered.
Just measure it yourself. Don't trust them.
I bought some of those. Me and Jen have been buying some artwork. That Shein artwork, not Shein, Temu, and they're
because we had no art in our bedroom. Like Tom painted it a while back. Like it's this really pretty blue color, and we have like all of these cool lights, and we have like this
a lot of effects and shit.
Like a space effect, like galaxies and shit, like on the ceiling, and it's really pretty and relaxing. But we didn't have any art on the walls. Like for Christmas, I bought him like this really cool like new retro wave looking poster of aliens, and it's framed and everything, but it's not huge. And the walls in there, it's a big room, so it's just kind of like the walls are really big, and also the ceiling is crazy. Like it's not flat, you know what I mean? It's like angled, like it weird. So we bought this really really big what would you call it? Like a tapestry kind of?
Tapestries, yeah.
Like this really, really big tapestry of like this goth girl like with angel wings.
Black angel wings
and stuff.
Yeah.
And we got that because the walls are so big and it takes up a lot of room and it was cheap.
Yeah.
So we just like put that behind the bed.
I got it up there with thumbtacks and you can't even tell.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks good. And then but here's the thing that they have at Temu now. For $5 or $6 to $10, you can get these pictures, and they're oil paintings, and they're oil painting on canvas, but it's done by a fucking extremely detailed fucking inkjet printer that fucking shoots out oil paint, and the details are fucking incredible. You could tell a lot of it shit's AI. So a lot of it's like hot chicks, booties, and titties and shit like that. But then we got a lot of the gothic stuff though.
Yeah.
And it looks great. And when it comes rolled up in a tube, and you unfurl it, and you can smell paint, and it's canvas and everything. You can put it in a frame. It looks really good.
We got like a hot Morticia.
Yeah, Morticia.
Like
Adams
it's almost like
it's
like an ant, like a cartoon. Not really cartoon.
Should I get it?
But I mean, you can.
I'll take it out the wall.
But it's kind of like.
I'll get some of them.
But like with Jessica Rabbit proportions.
Yeah.
We got one of those. And we got one that's like a nun, like a gothic evil nun with like this red background. But we don't have a frame for it yet. But we just got a bunch of stuff. Like I said, it's cheap on there. And I was like, I have all the art in here, which I really like, but we don't really have any in the bedroom. And I was like, we probably need some in there because it looks a little sad. Just looks a little sad, these little naked blue walls. But yeah, CB said my girlfriend passed out when she got her belly button done because it hurt. The guy wasn't gentle with her or her friend. Yeah, it's just kind of like if I'm laying down when it's done, I'm not gonna pass out. But it's like a dumbass. Like when he did the first boob, I was sitting up. I should have known better.
I want to start with this. This is a metal license plate, basically, that I put into a frame, and it's that same oil inkjet, and it's kind of semi-matte.
Yeah.
All right, and there's a lot of these.
Yeah, I got a lot of like Day of the Dead stuff.
A lot of Day of the Dead stuff on it. So I just got it on a thing sitting that for now. That's one of the things.
We can't decide where we're going to hang it.
Yeah, I'm going to get more of those because I got more of those frames.
Because I have one of those metal things like an absinthe ad, but that's like over there in my bathroom. It's upside down.
That is oil on canvas.
Yeah.
You see. You can't really see it. I'm getting a glare.
Yeah. Don't fuck up my lighting again.
Yeah.
I just fixed it.
It looks really good.
Yeah. We have a lot of like goth chicks with angel wings and evil nuns.
It's purple because it matches some of the lighting that we use in the.
We have like magenta and like cyan and magenta, like I said, like new retro wave kind of lighting in there.
This is the Morticia Adams.
We have like the big
and it says Morticia. Adams family behind it. Yeah. You can't really see it. It's an oil painting on canvas done by a computer.
Yeah, they just print it on canvas with paint. It's cheap to do that shit nowadays.
And then this one.
Yeah.
Spooky one.
Evil nun type shit.
Yeah.
We like evil nuns.
Yeah.
Like Miss 45.
Yeah, the other one I have, that's the one I'm trying to get into the frame. It looks like just like Miss 45.
Yeah, but it's like an odd size.
Yeah.
Like it's narrower.
Yeah.
So that it's not like a standard frame size. But, you know. But hey, everybody, I'm just kind of getting behind. James says, TGIF, good to see y'all. Good to see you too. See DJ Maniac is here. And it says he's sick. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, a lot of people are sick, it seems like. It's that time of year, I guess. There's shit going around. I haven't got anything, thank God, but I don't usually. Like I said, I got a good immune system. Plus, we didn't go out last week. So, because we were kind of broke. So, we just stayed in and ate Indian food and watched musicals. That was Tom's idea, not mine. But yeah, we'll talk about that. Let's see. Yeah, CB said I have a gothic vampire woman by Luis Arroyo on my wall. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm really into... Like, I have a bajillion horror posters. That's mostly what I got. You know, I got all my Dario Argento stuff. I got some Edward Gorey prints that I got at the... It was like years ago in Orlando here at the Orlando Art Museum. They had like a big Edward Gorey exhibition. And I got like a shirt and I got a bunch of prints when I was there. So I got a bunch of that. But, you know, just shit I got over the years. Let's see. Phantom says, Tommy, used old motorcycle tires would make a good picture frame. That'd be turned into 3D dioramas. That's, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. John Gore said, that's kind of sacrilege. Morticia is modestly and classically breasted. She's classically breasted.
Yeah, but
I like that.
We're taking the shit to the extreme. That's the Miss 45.
Yeah, that's kind of obviously inspired by Miss 45. Yeah. That doesn't really look like...
Yeah, the colors aren't really coming across. That's a really deep red.
It's really, really red, yeah.
Yeah. It's like blood red. But you can see the... It looks good. Yeah. And it's on canvas. She's got garters.
Well, yeah, you gotta have those.
Yeah.
Gotta have those.
And white garters.
CB said, Jenny, do you have your belly button pierced? No. All I have pierced is my ears and my nipples. I thought about doing a nose piercing, but I just never got around to it. You know? I kind of want one in the middle, but Tom's like, don't do that. And I'm like, why not? I don't know. Maybe it would just make my nose look even bigger than it is, but I'm not sure. John Gore said, I used to have that classic Vampirella door poster. The one where she's got the bat perched on her pointing finger. Yeah, I remember that one. Man, we need to get some, like, Vampirella stuff.
What's that, Vampirella stuff?
Yeah, John Gore said he had that Vampirella poster.
Well, I got a vampire portrait of a vampire girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you that one.
Because we're sitting there going, if you go through, like I said, you know, we're trying to, like, kit out the bedroom as cheaply as possible. Because, you know, we're not rich over here. So, you know, Temu has, like, a bunch of stuff like that, like, pretty cheap. Now, if you want it on canvas, like, stretched canvas, then that's going to be, like, kind of expensive. But if it's just on, like, rolled canvas, just, like, printed in paint, then they're usually, like, super cheap. Yeah. They're not big, but you can get a bunch of them. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
But Tom's sitting there going, well, it's like, I'm sorry they're all, like, big titty women, but it's like they don't really have a lot of other...
That's what they have.
That's
what's selling.
But, I mean, see, I like those, the more gothy ones.
Yeah.
Because they have some that are just, like, realistic looking. Yeah. Like, hey, it's a realistic, like, woman's ass, like, in a bikini. I'm just like, that's just a little tacky. Like,
crouch shots and shit.
Yeah, if I went into somebody's house and saw that, I'd be like, are you a sexual predator, sir?
That's actually, like... spooky as hell and where we have it.
Yeah.
Because it's in our bedroom and the walls are all blue, dark blue. So it's dark in there. But it's lit up like a nightclub.
I like it dark in there. I pretty much, I mean, I'm sure that's probably why my eyesight is getting so bad. It's like the fucking, I don't like light, man. And I don't, sometimes, you know, I work at home, so I don't really go outside sometimes for like days at a time. And, I keep all the curtains, those curtains back there are never open. Ever. the shades are closed behind them too, so no light comes in. It seems like it's dark in here all the time, and I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. I mean, obviously you can, the windows out in the hall are open and the bathroom window and stuff like that, so I do get sunlight in here, but I don't really like it. And honestly, the bedroom, I don't know, I just like it dark in there. It's kind of a pain sometimes if you're trying to like read some shit, and then you're like, oh my god, I can't see anything, but And, yeah, there's a bunch of people showing up. CB said, Jenny said, get the bull ring in your nose. See, Tom says no. He says if you get a nose ring, you should just get it in the side, like in one nostril. Don't get it in the middle. I don't know, dude, though, because I don't know. It's hard to say. A guy I work with, who's like another designer that I work with, for one of the companies that I work for, he has the bull ring, and it looks really good on him, I think. But it's just like, obviously I don't look anything like that dude, so.
What did he say in your nose?
The bull ring, in the middle.
Oh, no, that would suck.
You think it would suck?
Yeah, it would suck. What might look good is the 2 piercings on the side with the chain that goes over the top of the nose.
Oh, now see, okay.
Might look right.
I might be able to be willing to compromise with that.
I could do that. That'd be easy.
Well, I could do that myself. I did my own ears.
Okay.
Ears and nose and stuff like that. Like I said, after the nipple thing, it's like that's not going to be that.
It's
painful.
just 2 studs.
Yeah.
2 studs with a chain connected.
Yeah.
Goes across the bridge of the nose. That would probably look pretty good. What we do is get a fake one. And see
you
if
can just get
works.
a fake one for cheap and see what it looks like before you actually commit to, let's see. CB said I had to put my skulls in the cupboard because they scared my girlfriend, especially the vampire one. Mm-hmm. Why are they scared? Man, I got skulls all over this fucking shit.
Yeah.
I got a whole table of skulls.
Skulls all over here, yeah.
Whole table of skulls. Actually, a lot of them Murder Hornet sent me from Mexico.
Yeah, there's a skull right there.
Yeah, see, that one's super cool. That one's got all flowers and swirly shit on it.
A lot of Mexican skulls.
Yeah, I got all the Day of the Dead, candy skull type looking stuff. Rienda says septums get annoying when you work in an office. Yeah, I mean, I don't, and I hopefully never have to ever again. You know what I mean? So I could just kind of do whatever. I've been thinking about doing my hair red again too, but I'm gonna wait until it grows out some.
Yeah, let it grow out.
Because it was shaved all underneath, and I'm growing it out, and it's still only that long. Yeah. So the top part is shoulder length, but then underneath is still like this, so it still kind of looks like ass.
And her bangs are growing out. And
I'm growing my bangs out too, because I kind of want it all one length.
Yeah.
But that's gonna take a while. And
I don't. Years probably.
Yeah, it's probably gonna take a couple. I mean, my hair grows pretty
18
fast,
months maybe.
But we'll see. But once it gets all to one length, then I'll think about doing. Because I really, really did like that bright red hair that I had.
It looked good, yeah.
It was a pain in the ass to maintain, to keep it looking good like that. Yeah, I had to comb red dye through it once a week.
Yeah, and that red dye got everywhere.
And it got all over everything. Oh my god, the bathroom was stained. That was at our old house. The bottom of the shower was stained red. The pillowcases had red smudges.
What about just more of a naturalistic red?
Well, I still have to bleach it first.
You're right.
Because it's black. But that
would probably stay in better. There may be better dyes now.
Yeah, I'll go to Sally's and see what they got.
Yeah.
They got some better dyes now that actually will only stick to hair that's bleached.
Right.
It won't stain.
Yeah.
It's supposed not to stain anything else, but we'll see.
What are the comments? What's everybody saying?
Rienda says, I keep my spooky shit in my room away from guests.
Yeah.
You know what? I always kind of feel like...
If they're over here, man, that's it.
Anybody that would come to our house is into the same shit that we're into. So it's no one's really bothered about it. I always thought it was weird that, do you remember one time when we were, streaming, on Stream8? Yeah. And somebody came into, our area, our room, I guess as they call it. And the first thing he said was ooh, that's too scary for me. And then he laughed.
Who said that?
Some dude that came in, remember on Stream8?
Oh, yeah,
and I was what kind of fucking wussy is...
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Phantom says to use my old motorcycle tires as picture frames.
Yeah,
I don't know how you could do that, man. You can't cut any of those tires. I tried to cut one with a Sawzall one time so I could make it into smaller pieces and throw it out. Nuh-uh. Shit ain't going anywhere.
Well, I think maybe he's saying, like, maybe fill them in with something and then, like, put a round piece of art, like, behind them, perhaps, is what he's talking about.
I had a whole bunch of them things. I fucking paid to fucking dispose of them. It cost me $30 to get rid of the fucking tires. But I had 5 of them. But,
yeah, didn't you just go yesterday and...
Yeah, man, I had my fucking motorcycle fucking tire problems. I put a pair of Pirelli Angel STs on my Buell XB. And I bought the tires off eBay. Not eBay, off of Amazon. The price for the set was good. And I said, I'll spoon them things on myself. Man, fucking, I couldn't get but fucking half the fucking rear on. Couldn't get the other half on. It just fought me. I said, fuck it. So I took it down to the place, and they charged me $25 to put the other side of the tire on.
Because Tom was like,
I was fucking losing.
And I was trying to help him, like, put it on, but it was not.
Yeah, and I had 3 tire spoons. I still
yeah, we had the spoons and everything, but it would not.
It's a 190 rear.
It would not go on.
So it wouldn't go on. So I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna fucking take the front tire and take that down to fucking Seminole Power Sports and have them swap it out. It cost me $50 to switch and balance to put that tire on.
That's not that bad, though.
Yeah, I thought I was saving money, though. I could have bought them from those guys.
Well.
And fucking had all that shit for a fraction of the price.
That's what happens.
And but when I got down there, he goes, "Hey, look!" And I look, and one of my bearings was crushed, or not crushed. The cover came off, and I says, "That's what that noise was," because I was hearing it, kind of a rattling. It was my front wheel bearing. One of them was going bad, so I had to put the fucking wheel back in position, fucking put the axle through it so I could roll the motorcycle out of the way. So get the cars in the garage. And then tomorrow, I got the bearings. I had to order bearings off eBay. Tomorrow I got to get my fucking blind hole puller and fucking... I got a slide hammer, fucking bearing puller. So I can do that. So I'll just fucking pull those bearings and put new bearings in it. But it happened on the brake side. I got that Buell XB's got that big perimeter brake rotor, all that yanking at high speeds, fucking braking and shit. I guess it popped the cover off those. It couldn't come off because the axle holds everything in place. But as soon as I took it apart, it fell apart. But they tend to chew up bearings pretty bad, Buells.
Oscar is here. Says Jen looking cute. Thank you very
Oscar?
much. John Gore said that 1920s Nosferatu in the doorway would make a sweet vertical poster or print. Sure they got them. Oh, I'm sure they do. Actually, I could probably just make one if I could find a high enough res photo, because that's in the public domain, right? So I could do that.
Yeah.
DJ Maniac said, I have a custom septum spike I made decades ago. No one has one like mine. Yeah, see, I think they're cool. Like I said, I'm not sure it would work on my face, or in my particular nose, but I was kind of wanted one, but I just never got around to it. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm thinking about doing the red. I was thinking about dyeing the hair blue, because everybody loves the blue wigs. That's the ones I get the most compliments on.
Yeah.
Either the middle blue, like the bright blue, or the ice blue.
Yeah.
Like, every time I wear a blue wig, like, everybody at the club is just like, oh my god, that looks so good on you.
Yeah.
Like, more than any other.
If you can get that color.
That's the only thing that worries me. Like, that I'm not sure that I could get that same... Like, it might be too dark. Because I have a wig that's, like, dark blue. And that looks good, too. I think maybe that doesn't look as good because it's wavy.
Yeah, the one that looks good is kind of like that ice blue.
Yeah, that's this cut. I think it's like a little bit longer.
You have an ice blue one and kind of an electric blue one.
Yeah.
That looks good too.
But yeah, those are the ones I get. Although last time went to the club, I wore that long, like, ombre that was like kind of dark brown at the top, but then it went white.
Yeah, that looked good.
And then it was kind of wavy, and like, ooh, everybody was really into that.
Yeah, it actually looked blonde.
Everybody said that it looked blonde, like in the club lighting.
It looked natural blonde.
But because the whole outfit, like, I wore like that long hair, and like I wore this long dress, like with big slits up the sides.
Yeah,
and
sticking out.
Yeah, I felt cute that night.
You were looking fucking fantastic. You were looking great.
Yeah.
That cut of dress looks good on you.
Yeah. And I have a lot like that.
Yeah.
Although...
Yeah, those look great on you.
If we go out tomorrow, I might wear... Because Tom got me some pants that are like... They're tight at the top, but then they kind of bell out at the bottom, but they're lace. And then they have like these little
White
silver crosses like hanging on them, like
Yeah.
jewelry. They're super cool. I haven't worn them yet. Because we didn't, like I said, we didn't go out last week. We stayed in and watched musicals.
Yeah.
We watched My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady, yeah.
And
The King and I.
And The King and I.
Yeah. I love My Fair Lady. That's one of my favorite
Isn't that
ones.
funny? Like, you wouldn't think that you would, but...
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it since I was a teenager.
Yeah. I
forgot how funny it was.
I like musicals. I like fucking Grease.
I love Grease.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Even like
I also love Grease too.
I like the made-for-TV fucking Grease.
Yeah, that was great.
That's good too.
The live one, yeah.
Yeah. And then...
we have a box set that has all of them on it.
Yeah.
Including that
I
one.
like My Fair Lady. I remember The Sound of Music being pretty good. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I haven't seen that since I was a teenager either.
But I remember Mary Poppins being okay.
I love Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I saw that a bajillion times when I was a kid. Because it was on cable all the time, and plus when I was growing up, like my parents had a daycare, and that was one of the. I think that was the second most popular movie they played. Wizard of Oz was the first one. I saw Wizard of Oz like probably 50,000 times.
The King and I is okay. It's just that the songs aren't really as memorable as fucking My Fair Lady. The shit on My Fair Lady, they're all good.
All of them are like iconic.
And they're funny.
The King and I, it has Getting to Know You, like everybody knows that song. And like one other one. What was the other one that was
I don't know.
from The King and I? Is it Shall We Dance, or was that from... that might have been from My Fair Lady. I'm getting them confused because we watched them both at the same time. But, so we watched My Fair Lady first, and then we watched King and I. And I'd seen both of them, but I hadn't seen them since... Because I was in chorus when I was a teenager. So sometimes if they didn't feel like having class, they would just show musicals. So we watched, like, all the fucking musicals. And I had forgotten how fucking funny My Fair Lady is. That one scene where Audrey Hepburn... where they take her to the horse race.
Yeah, yeah.
And they kitted her all out. She's got that huge hat. It's like this fantastic outfit.
Yeah.
And she's talking all like upper class, but then she slips into like the working class patois.
Yeah.
And it's just, I was dying. Oh my God, that was so fucking funny.
She was fucking talking about how she was sure that her relatives killed her aunt, that they murdered her.
And she was just like
steal her hat.
Yeah, and she was just like so...
Yeah.
Talking all upper crust and stuff, and everybody around her is like, "What the fuck is she talking?" Oh my God, that was like one of the funniest things.
And that hat was fucking. That she was next in line to inherit that hat. So she was worried about who was going to inherit that.
It was so funny.
Fucking funny.
I mean,
then she picks up a simp. That dude simped on her the fucking.
Oh my God, Freddie! He just like
Freddie?
camped in her fucking in front of her house like a weird stalker.
He didn't have any money. He was upper class, but he didn't have any money. She said that I'll support him.
Oh my God. See, we said My Fair Lady is sad because he's an asshole to her.
Yeah.
I remembered it ending different because she told him, Henry Higgins.
Yeah.
She told him that it's like, you won't be seeing me again. I'm like, yeah, you go, girl. But then she comes back.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
I was like, why? I wouldn't have.
Henry Higgins was the original MGTOW. He was going his own way.
That's what Tom was saying. It's like,
he's going his own way.
That's like the Big Towel, like, patron saint.
Yeah, but he was... that motherfucker was pussy whipped at the end of the movie, though. He was pussy whipped. It's just that he was playing it off at the end. Go get my slippers. But he was bullshitting.
Yeah.
It was just supposed to be funny.
But it was funny because I said the funny thing about both...
He was whipped and he never even got any.
No.
It was just the beginning of their relationship.
Yeah.
That's all. It never didn't show what happened to him.
But I told Tom, I said,
they became an item.
It's funny that the two musicals that we happened to watch that night, My Fair Lady and The King and I said the message of both of these musicals is, ladies, put up with these insufferable men.
Yeah.
And just deal with it. You know what I mean? And I was just like, that's kind of what it was.
Yeah, but there was a lot of shit that she did that was fucking good when fucking Higgins didn't even recognize her humanity. He's like, oh, she's just garbage.
He called her baggage.
Called her baggage. He
talked about
nothing to her.
Like she wasn't there when she was sitting right there. She's like, hey, hi.
Yeah.
I'm also a person.
And they take her to the ball, and she blows everybody away at the ball. Fucking, they think she's Hungarian royalty and shit.
Like with how awesome she is and how well she does.
And he comes back, and they're congratulating Higgins for doing it. You transformed her. And she's sitting back there, it's like nothing. You know, she's the one that did all the work. Well, not all the work. You know, she fucking, did all the whole performance. They did it together, really.
Yeah,
but she got no fucking credit.
Yeah, and she's just over there in the corner being like...
So what does she do? She tells his mom. That's a fucking brilliant fucking move. She goes to the mom's house and tells the whole fucking story.
Your son sucks.
And she's like, oh yeah, him? Yeah, that motherfucker
he does suck,
there. Yeah. And fucking he runs over to the mom looking for her. What happened to her? And she goes, well, she left. What do you expect? She left. He's like, oh
like, you're a chode. What do you think was going to happen?
You were chode to her. But
what do you mean?
Yeah, he couldn't see it
because he was an idiot.
Yeah, he said, Colonel Pickering, was nice to her.
Yeah,
and she's like, she was like, Colonel Pickering's nice to me, and but he's too far away from you're closer age.
Yeah,
he
was an old man.
He's an old guy.
I mean, Henry Higgins was.
And he's like, what are you talking about? I treat you just like he does. So he doesn't know.
No, he's completely.
He's totally clueless.
But like I said, that's kind of does any woman want all that work, like to have to train this clueless man to treat you like a person?
Well,
That sounds exhausting.
It was kind of a trade-off. Because she came from nothing. She had to work on herself to become presentable in his class. Okay.
And she knocked it out of the park.
And she did. And she had to fix him.
Yeah.
Too. Because he didn't know anything about women. Remember, he said he was a confirmed bachelor.
Yeah.
Which sometimes that's coded as that he was gay.
I was like, you mean he's gay?
Yeah, he might have been, confirmed bachelor. He's MGTOW.
Yeah, he was.
He said, you don't want these women in your life.
They just complicate.
They're just talking. They talk. Yeah, they make too much noise.
Well, that was
Higgins laughing.
And I think it was kind of funny, like the whole song that he had. About, because Tom's like, oh, he's in the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Yeah, he's in the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
You know what I mean?
Fucking women, man.
Like, yeah, and he was just talking about how shitty they were, and it's like how they complicated your life. Like, they're making fun of him. Like, he's obviously like a buffoon. Mm-hmm. But the fucking was so funny because one of his complaints was how much like women are just talking and talking, and all he does is talk.
All he does is talk. He's a linguist. He's a fucking linguist. And she even
points that out, like later on, to the other dude. She's like, "Would you guys please just stop fucking talking?"
Yeah. Higgins is a fucking linguist.
It was hilarious.
He's like a master linguist. Yeah. He could tell where you come from just by what kind of English you speak.
Yeah.
But he takes up a bet. He could take this 21-year-old fucking flower girl who fucking has
dirty,
the worst thing.
Bum.
She doesn't even take baths. He's gonna take her and fucking pass her off as a princess at a ball. And fucking Colonel Pickering's like, oh come on, you'll never do that. It'll never work. So it was done on a bet. She was just an experiment.
Yeah.
But he fell in love with her.
Yeah. Because she was delightful.
Yeah.
I thought she was delightful.
Well, they pointed out that. She said, when I was a flower girl, all I sold was flowers. I never sold myself.
Yeah.
Now that I'm fucking rich, now you're telling me to marry these other dudes like I'm selling myself now. So in other words, now that I'm rich, I'm a hoe.
Right.
When I was poor, I was honorable.
Right. Yeah. So it was good. Like, we had like a long discussion about like after this movie was over. Because like I said, I hadn't seen it.
Well, there were a lot of moral lessons.
Yeah. And it's based on a play, right? Isn't it based on Pygmalion?
Yeah, I think it might be. I just know this work.
Yeah.
I watched that all through high school, many times through high school.
Yeah. Because Tom was a theater guy.
I was a theater guy, yeah.
So
I did a lot of fucking musicals.
Yeah, so he did all the musicals.
I got the leads all the time too.
Yeah.
Well, later on.
Like I was in the choir. I sang in the choir, but I didn't do like musicals. Or
biggest role I got was El Gallo from fucking Fantastics. It has like 6 songs you have to sing for that one. And then
I wish you had some video of that. I'd like to see that.
I have it around here somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I have it somewhere.
Of course, we don't have anything to play it
Nothing
on.
to play it on.
In this day and age,
yeah.
I don't have a VCR anymore. I have to go to the fucking Goodwill and get one.
Yeah.
don't even know how they work anymore.
No, Gallo's the narrator of the play, and the play is happening. A play is happening inside the play. You're the narrator of it, and then you have to play the villain.
Right.
And you're the love interest.
You make it good. Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's exactly what.
But you're a fuck over.
Right in your alley.
Yeah, but you're a fuck over. You're trying to fuck this girl over.
Yeah.
And really, the good guy he's a dork. He's the one that ends up winning.
Right.
You know. But the thing is that the whole thing is a test. Been a long time since
I don't think I've ever seen the Fantastics, actually.
Yeah, Fantastics.
Not that I remember.
Yeah.
Like I said, we watched a lot of musicals in my chorus class in high school. And I remember a bunch. I remember Oklahoma. I remember Bye Bye Birdie. I remember My Fair Lady, kind of. And a bunch of other ones, but I don't know.
Yeah.
West Side Story. You know, we watch West Side Story. I like West Side Story, actually. I didn't know if the newer version of it. Didn't Steven Spielberg do a version of it a couple years back? I don't know if it was any good.
Travis is coming. Is this live? Yeah, it's live. We're streaming, bro. There's just a delay.
We're live
There's a few minutes delay.
Like 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
And this is the Sidetracks show, which means
we can talk about anything.
We just talk about
anything you want.
Get drunk and talk about whatever bullshit crosses our minds.
Yep.
Or whatever you guys bring.
Send us a super chat, ask a question. We'll
oh, speaking of which, don't let me get any farther before. I wanted to thank Blackheart71.
Yeah.
Sent us a super thanks. On our last video about Ursula Kemp and the witch prison haunting.
Send us $10.
So thank you very much for that. Like I said, if you can't send a super chat like during the streams, like you can still send super thanks like after, you know, in the comments or whatever. I'm not sure how to do it, but apparently.
Well, you have to hook up your. You press that. Okay, you press there's a fucking an icon that has a $sign, and you press it, and it will know your ATM cards, your bank cards.
Well, yeah, because it's all linked.
Yeah, and it goes, oh, okay. And now sometimes you have to go through like your Google account.
Right. Yeah.
To make sure that you got the password, and then it asks you, do you want the password every time you send money? I said no. We didn't do all of my old ATM cards even, like from a long time ago. The ones that
you probably saved them in your.
They save them.
Google. Well, you can opt out of that, like because usually if you put a new one in, it said, "Do you want to save this?" You can say no. I usually save mine because I'm lazy.
Remember, they would fucking just send me a new ATM card.
Yeah.
You know your shit. You know, massive compromises.
Yeah.
So they gave.
Well, a couple times I had to get a new one because somebody charged some money. Yeah. They're like, "Hey, was this you?" I'm like, "No." Somebody bought $1,000 worth of computer software in Minnesota. I'm like, "No, that wasn't me."
Yeah.
But yeah, so then they had to send me a new card. That was kind of bullshit. But it doesn't happen that often. I think the whole time I've had that card, and I think I've had that card, or I've had that account since 2010.
Yeah.
Something, so 15 years, and I think it's only happened twice.
Yeah.
Maybe. And only one time, like, big. Like, the other time was just, like, a small thing, like $30. And they called me, or they... called me because they said, well, this happened in like some other state, and was this you? And I said, no, that wasn't me. And so then they were like, okay, they shut it down and sent me another one.
Now your next drink, you want to go to root beer and rum?
Yeah, sure.
Or root beer and vodka? What would be better?
I mean,
That's
whatever.
both good. All right.
They both taste about the same to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not really concerned.
Root beer and booze works, people. So does fucking Dr. Pepper.
Well, I like Dr. Pepper and root beer anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like you put booze in it, it just makes it better.
Yeah.
It just makes it better. CB says, Jenny watched Heineken beer commercial. What is it called? Water in Mallorca, in the style of My Fair Lady. I don't think I've ever seen that. He said it was like My Fair Lady, but like gender swapped.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
My Fair Lady's classic.
Yeah,
if y'all have not seen that with Audrey Hepburn and fucking Rex Harrison, it's from the 60s. I think, what was it, 68?
64?
64?
Maybe, I can't remember.
You can get it on Amazon Prime. They have it.
I think it was $3.99.
$3. It's worth seeing. It's a fucking...
and it's long.
So long. It's long. It's got an intermission and everything.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours or something.
You get it's funny. It's a very funny musical. It's got
like
great
I said,
songs.
That one fucking scene, I forgot how fucking funny.
Yeah.
That scene, I was just, oh my god, I was dying.
Yeah.
At how fucking funny that thing.
Audrey is cute as shit in it. She's just fucking cute as can be.
I will say that her Cockney accent, not great.
No, it's fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it doesn't sound authentic.
But in a way, that kind of makes it more endearing, I guess.
It's like a cartoon.
Well, and it's supposed to be very exaggerated
like
because I mean the whole point of it is that she talks like that, so she's always going to be perceived as
scum,
working class.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make her sound
lower working class.
So it's it's
bad.
very much. But like I said at the beginning, when she was, and she's supposed to be, her voice is supposed to be like very grating and very annoying and stuff like that. So she did a good job of that. But I mean, I love Audrey Hepburn. She is like cute as a button.
Yeah.
And she is like adorable in this. And like I said, the scene, she has great.
She can sing.
Comedic timing.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, she can sing too. She was great in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
We need to watch that again too.
We should see that. Yeah.
You should also see Wait Until Dark.
I haven't seen that one.
I reviewed it for my channel a while back.
Yeah.
It's a thriller. It's not a musical, obviously, but it's great. It's got like one of the best jump scares in horror history. It's just really, really good. It's just a very tension-filled. She plays like a blind girl.
Yeah.
And she kind of unwittingly gets in the middle of this drug dealer kind of thing. As they're like trying to find this doll that has heroin in it. That's in her apartment, and so they're trying to like fool her into getting her to tell them where the doll is. You know what I mean? So and they're horrible, and they're like pretending to be different people because they know that she can't see, because she's recently blind. Like she was blind in an accident or something, so she's still kind of getting used to it. But she's a great character, she's very vulnerable in it. And like I heard that while she was making it, I think she got divorced and she lost like a bunch of weight, and she's a tiny, tiny woman anyway. You know what I mean? And if you've seen fucking My Fair Lady, she's very small, but she was even smaller.
Yeah.
In Wait Until Dark, she was a tiny.
In My Fair Lady, she couldn't have weighed more than 100 pounds.
No, she's a tiny woman. She's very bird-like. She's very fragile looking.
Want to see Sound of Music?
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a million years either.
Yeah, about a nun.
Yeah.
Who goes to become a nanny. They send her there to become a nanny because she was having a problem being a nun. Remember? And then she ends up falling in love with the family and the widower. He was like a sea captain, I think. And then the Nazis,
something like that.
The Nazis took over.
Yeah.
They were in Austria.
Yeah.
The Nazis took over. They had to escape. I think that's how it ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he didn't want to follow the Nazis. The Nazis tried to activate him.
You shouldn't want to follow the Nazis.
Say what you want.
The bad guys.
If you were in Germany or Austria at that time, you'd have been a Nazi. Everybody was.
I would not have been.
They were all Nazis.
No, a lot of people were not.
Yeah, then they ended up getting killed.
Well, yeah.
And then once you saw that, you're like, well, I guess this is what we're gonna do. Yeah,
that's fucked up.
There was no idea of choice there. It was an autocracy. You obeyed, or they fucking sent you to a concentration camp.
Yeah, like I said,
you were either an enemy or you were either friend or foe. Everything was black and white, especially in those days.
Never a good look.
If you don't support us, then you're an enemy. That was the thinking of the time. And they were coming out of a fucking civil war, and the collapse of the fucking the Weimar Republic. It was a disaster, So they all had PTSD, and then World War I veterans took over. So they became the government. It was weird. You had political parties wearing uniforms, but you haven't seen that since the 30s, which that's almost 100 years now,
Crazy.
95 years ago.
Doesn't seem like that long ago, but it is.
95 years ago, yeah. They were wearing uniforms, party uniforms, because they were all veterans. So they just invented a uniform, and they weren't in the military. They were a political party.
That's a red flag right there.
What's that? Well, they were all like that, though. Italy was like that. Japan was like that.
Know. Like I said,
the United States was almost like that, except that our uniform were suits. The suit was the uniform. Capitalist. Yeah.
Guitar Girl says, "What is root beer?"
What? Root beer is an American drink.
She must not be American.
Must not be American.
Yeah, I don't know if they do root beer in other.
It's a soft drink.
Yeah,
like
it's not alcoholic.
Like Coca-Cola.
Unless you put booze in it, like we do.
It's like Coca-Cola, except the flavor is sassafras. Sassafras was a traditional American drink going back to the 1800s.
Which sassafras is a root.
It's a root, right?
Which is why they call it root beer.
Yeah, and what they would
it's
do.
Not alcoholic.
Those cowboys would be in those saloons, and they'd start getting drunk, and they'd stop buying booze. So they'd give them a soft drink, something to pick them up. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper,
yeah,
root beer. All right, they all had different flavors, but the main active ingredient was cocaine.
Yeah.
So they give
Coca-Cola. That's
Coca-Cola.
What the Coca is. It used to be cocaine.
You're right. So you drink that, and that would fucking pep you up like Pepsi.
And then you could drink more.
And Dr. Pepper. You're right. So then you go out there and fucking drink.
So you could drink more.
Because it would counteract the alcohol. Well, later on, by the early 1900s, they'd gotten rid of the cocaine and they'd put caffeine in its place. But root beer was based upon sarsaparilla.
Yeah.
A sarsaparilla was a sassafras beer. It was a black, foamy drink that was very herbal flavored. And there's Europeans say it tastes like medicine because it was.
Yeah,
it
is kind of medicinal tasting. Yeah, but I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, they would put other stuff in it, like cocaine, which was medicine in their mind.
I mean, it kind of is.
They would tell you, "Oh, this is a cure-all. This, if you got cancer, this will cure you.
It'll fix everything.
It'll fix anything." Yeah. But root beer tastes like medicine to non-Americans, but Americans grow up with it. We love it.
It's not hugely popular. I feel like it's kind of maybe
it's below Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have a thing called a root beer float, which is a big mug with root beer in it and a big scoop of vanilla ice cream in it.
Yeah. And
you use a spoon, you eat it like that, and fucking drink out of it. And it's great.
It's really good.
Really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Sometimes at the Chinese buffet, Tom will ask them to bring him a big thing of root beer
without ice.
Without ice in it, and then he'll go over to the ice cream bar and put a bunch of vanilla ice cream. Make a like root beer float. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, go down there and fucking put it in there.
Yeah, Guitar Girl said they stopped Coke and added caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the history of soft drinks in the United States is really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Because pretty much all of them started out as quack medicines.
Yeah, medicine.
Or something, like I said, that they would serve at bars to pep you up.
Yeah, it was the energy drink.
Get you to, like an energy drink that would get you to drink more booze. To like spend more money.
If you were in there getting fucked up and you stopped drinking, the bartender would go, "Here, have a Pepsi, have a Coca-Cola, have a Dr. Pepper on the house."
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah.
Because they knew that fucking once you drank that, you go, "Yeah, give us some more of that fucking whiskey."
Because that's the thing. It's
that's
like,
what it was for.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
I've only done it once in my whole entire life.
It counteracts alcohol.
But it counteracts alcohol, so it's just kind of like, so if you drink a lot and then you do some Coke, you're like, woo, I can drink more now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
when the Coke wears off, though, you're fucking drunk. You're fucked up.
Well, yeah. Jeff Yard said, I love diet root beer. The scoop of ice cream compensates the calories. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had diet root beer.
I like fucking... Look, man, what's great, what's the best is fucking sarsaparilla, if you can find it. It's usually sold in glass bottles. It's root beer, but it's very strong. It's better.
Yeah.
They have it at Mellow Mushroom on tap.
Yeah.
It's expensive, though.
The pizza place, yeah.
Yeah, which is root beer on tap. Really good.
They have good root beer in there. It is a little pricey.
It's kind of like Guinness Stout, except it's sweet and herbal, but it's got that same the same color, and the head on top of it, the foam, and the same weight as like Guinness Stout. And when you drink real root beer next to Guinness Stout, you go, "Oh, I see what they were doing." Yeah. It is a beer. It's not alcoholic though. It was the opposite. It had cocaine in it.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different kind of. I feel like the most popular brand of root beer is probably A&W.
Yeah.
But there's
I
a
think that's
couple
owned by
other.
Coca-Cola now.
It probably is. Like, yeah, because that's the thing. Coke and Pepsi like owns pretty much all of the soda brands at this point.
The problem with regular off-the-shelf American root beer is that the sweetener is corn syrup, which is fucking puts a lot of weight on you, and it's sweet, but it's almost kind of a tinny sweet flavor to all of them. If you ask me, Coca-Cola. The original was fucking cane sugar.
That does taste better.
It's a lot better. So if you get throwback root beer,
because they do sell that.
they still sell that, yeah. With cane sugar, it's a lot better.
A lot of stores now have options where you can get like the traditional kind that has corn syrup in it, and then they have throwback, which has cane sugar.
Yeah.
Not all of them have that, but a lot of them do have that. Guitar Girl says, "What are you drinking right now?" I'm drinking beer, just beer. This is actually...
It's an Arnold Palmer.
This is rum
Yeah.
with iced tea and lemonade.
Yeah, 50-50 lemonade and iced tea.
Yeah.
Called an Arnold Palmer here.
But we're going to do... Although Arnold Palmer, that doesn't usually have rum in it, does it?
No, it's Arnold Palmer with rum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Arnold Palmer is alcoholic.
Nope, not at all.
It's just half and half, like iced tea and lemonade.
Yeah.
But you can put booze in it, and it's
Yeah.
good. We made the iced tea.
Arnold
and we
Palmer
made the
was a
lemonade.
golfer, and he made that drink famous because he would order it, and every golf course had iced tea in the United States, and they had lemonade because that's the traditional summertime drinks. So he liked it 50-50. So they
It's
called
good
it
like that.
So yeah, so they just called it an Arnold Palmer.
Robert Palmer. No.
Yeah,
Arnold Palmer is a famous golfer.
American golfer.
Didn't he get struck by lightning a couple
I
times?
don't know.
At least once. Maybe more than once. Robert Palmer was the guy that was in Power Station.
Yeah.
And was addicted to love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's addicted to love.
He was addicted to love. He had all those fucking models in the show.
Yeah. Braless models in fucking black dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Addicted to Love, that video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. He had a couple other songs too, but I don't know why.
They were from the Power Station.
Yeah, well, he was
Power Station album.
he was a solo artist.
Yeah.
And then Power Station, I think when they first started, which was John and Andy from Duran Duran.
Yeah.
They first had Michael DeBar singing, I thought. But then something, I don't remember what happened with that, and like he left and they got Robert Palmer instead. I did have that Power Station album. I didn't like it as much because it's very like, you know, just straightforward rock and roll, which is fine, but I was more into like the other Duran Duran side project, which was Arcadia, because that was like a lot more arty farty, and I'm kind of more into that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Jeff Yard said, "I'm having red wine. It's my go-to other than bourbon or stout." Yeah, we don't have a lot of wine in the house. We do have a bottle of it, but we haven't drank any of it yet.
So, Guitar Girl, if I didn't know what root beer was, where are you from, Guitar Girl?
Well, like I said, it's not really... I kind of feel like it's probably an American thing. Like,
it's
a
American
distinctly American thing.
Yeah. When I was in Egypt, we were at South Camp, and when I was in the Army, and all of our kitchen staff were contracted British guys, most of them ex-Navy. They were defense contractors.
She's from Norway, she says.
Norway?
Norway.
Okay, yeah. Way up there in the north of the ice.
Norway.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go there, actually.
Probably boring.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nowhere is boring.
Is there a club culture in fucking Norway? I don't know.
Yeah, we are kind of club people. So
Yeah, we're in Florida, man. It's fucking party town here.
We need some place to go party.
Yeah.
Listen to some goth music, or some 80s music is fine, too.
But the British guys, they ran a little bar out of a trailer down there. They were fucking great. And they were getting issued a certain amount of booze every fucking month by the British government, and they were selling it through the bar. I was getting fucking buying whole fifths of of booze from them. I think Glenfiddich is what I was buying.
Nice.
Scotch whiskey. It's just so fucking good. And they would still give me a pretty good price for it. And fucking, you could not get that in Egypt any other way. Anyway, I had some root beer. And I said, "You want some root beer?" And he goes, "What the fuck is that?" Yeah.
It's like you gave him peanut butter or something.
Yeah.
They're like, ew.
Because we could get it from the fucking PX.
Right.
And they didn't go to the PX, though. They didn't
Yeah.
want to waste their money in there. What the fuck is that? And I said, it's based on sassafras. It's like a soft drink. And he tasted it. He goes, "Oh, it's horrible. That's like medicine." And I said, "No, it doesn't." He says, "It tastes like cough syrup." I said, "No, it doesn't."
My ex-husband said that too.
Yeah,
My ex-husband was
from
British.
Wales. Yeah, he says, "This is a
was
cough
Welsh,
syrup."
by the way.
Well, it turns out
He did not like root beer either.
in England, some of their medicines were actually flavored with sassafras.
Right, so that's why.
So it did taste like cough syrup to them because the cough syrup they were drinking was flavored with that. But for us, it was a soft drink flavor. Now,
to be fair, I, as a child, used to drink cough syrup because I liked the taste of it. So,
well, the cherry.
make of that
The
what you
cherry
will.
cough syrup?
Do you remember Creamulsion? They don't sell it anymore.
No.
It was kind of, I guess it was kind of cherry flavor. It was mostly like medicine flavor with a little bit of cherry on top.
Shoot that.
Man, I used to love that shit.
I'll trade it out.
I can't drink that much at once. Come on.
There you go. I told you. I'll get you some root beer. I think it's root beer. It might be Dr. Pepper. We'll see.
Well, I don't know. It was just in the top and I
Yeah.
didn't see the label. Okay, Guitar Girl says she's from Sweden but lives in Norway. Okay.
From Sweden?
From Sweden but lives in Norway.
Oh, okay. I had a little Swedish girlfriend in high school up in Brazil.
Did you
She
really?
was 6'4".
Wow.
Huge. Remember? I told you about her.
That's right. Oh, that was the one. Oh,
It was
okay.
like having sex with a horse.
Yeah, I remember. That was.
She had
Okay. That
huge
was.
feet.
That was the girl that you were telling
Yeah,
me about.
feet bigger than a man's feet. It's weird, man. I saw her. Yeah. She was pretty, though. Yeah. She couldn't get a date. She was so big. She was like 6'4". She was
Well,
huge.
see, I love
Yeah.
that because in case you didn't know, Tom is about 5'6",
Yeah.
but he's dated some tall ass women, and I kind of feel like tall women have a hell of a time. Like when I was in high school, like look, I'm a short motherfucker. I'm only like 5'3". But I had a friend in school that was 6'2". Girl was 6'2". She was on the basketball team and all that, of course. But yeah, tall girls have a hell of a time because most dudes are shorter than them, and they like, most dudes are not. They're not confident enough, I guess, in themselves to date a woman that is much taller than them. But Tom did not care. He was only 5'6". He's like, "But all right." She's like a foot taller than I am. Cool. He did not give a shit at all. But like I said, see, that's one of the things I always liked about Tom is like he doesn't really give a shit about like people's perceptions, or he's just kind of like, confidence is very attractive. Not overconfidence, you know what I mean, but just being like, yeah, this is me, take it or leave it. You know what I mean? Phantom said Tom went up on that broad instead of going down. Yeah, I mean, he told me about it one time. I don't remember what he was saying, but he was saying it was almost like, he's like, I felt like a big game hunter because she was like this giant woman. And he was like a lot shorter than her. He's like, but I was into it. He's like, I thought that was so cool. You know what I mean? He's like, and I had to stand up on some shit, like, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah, having sex with a horse. But yeah. But like I said, like, tall girls have a hell of a time. So I've heard.
Okay.
I said tall girls have a hell of a time.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't know because I'm kind of a midget, but you know what I mean?
They don't get asked out.
No. Well, because a lot of dudes are threatened if a woman is bigger.
No, what it is
than them
is that the guys their size are with shorter women.
Or want little, yeah.
Well, they don't want those. It's just that statistically, that's what they're going to find.
Yeah.
Because there's statistics involved.
Guitar Girl says, I see a Nick Cave poster. Is that from a concert? Yes, it's from, I wasn't at that concert. I think it was in Germany, but I got that poster like a long time ago. I love Nick Cave. And honestly, I've never seen him live, which pisses me off, like, to no end. My sister, who is 7 years younger than me, she's into him too, and she's seen him live like a couple of times, and I'm always like super jealous. But she lives in Atlanta, and bands that are touring will go to Atlanta a lot of bands will not come to Florida. You know what I mean? It's just they won't. And honestly, the last time Nick Cave was in Florida, as far as I know, was back in the 90s. And I had tickets for it. It was Lollapalooza, actually. And I think it was 94 or 95. And I was super jacked. I had tickets for it and everything like that. And then the morning of, they canceled it because it had rained overnight and the fairground had flooded and the stage collapsed. So they couldn't have it. So I didn't get to go. So I was really mad. So I feel like that was the only time I would have got to see him. And that was like right after Let Love In came out. And I was just kind of like, I was so fucking pissed. So I've never got to see him. So every time my sister gets to go see him, she's like, hey, I got to go see Nick Cave. I'm like, you suck. Because I've never got to see him.
Yeah, should we show him the room?
But she's got to see him like a bunch of times.
We can show him the room a little bit.
If you want. Don't give everybody, like...
I'm going to get him sick.
Motion sickness.
There's fucking Mirror Spock.
There's Mirror Spock.
Yeah.
Sophie gave me that for my birthday.
Yeah, Mirror Spock. That's the evil Spock. He wasn't evil. He was just third world Spock.
Because I love Spock. He's my spirit animal.
Yeah. Suspiria, Frankenstein, Nosferatu.
The Werner Herzog one.
Werner Herzog, Nosferatu. And you got fucking Grogu.
All my skulls.
Yeah.
Is there anything in here that shouldn't be in here?
No.
Like I'm trying to think of. Not like I'm not embarrassed about it.
No.
It's okay.
There's more.
There's my Shining poster. There's my Profondo Rosso poster.
Yeah.
Alright, we're giant.
Over there, that direction, that's Jen's little break room with the coffee machine in the bathroom. So that's where you are. Yeah. Just giving you guys some. Okay.
Yeah, like whatever.
It's Dr. Pepper.
See, Dr. Pepper is good too.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper. It's not root beer.
I like Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb, which kind of taste the same. Because they kind of taste like root beer a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
They have that medicinal taste to them that I kind of like.
Yeah, Guitar Girl, if you never had root beer, find it.
She might not like it.
You got to get sassafras.
But I kind of feel like... Look, I do kind of feel like a lot of Europeans like black licorice kind of flavors.
Yeah, it's like that.
So I kind of feel like it's root beer is kind of that kind of
like licorice
flavor that it's like a licoricey, and I don't really like black licorice, honestly. But or clovey type flavors, because I don't really like absinthe or anything like that. But root beer is kind of like that in the sense that it's sort of polarizing.
Yeah.
The flavor is kind of polarizing.
Think of it in between Dr. Pepper and black licorice. When you taste it, you're like, oh, okay. It has an herbal flavor. It's the flavor of fucking not sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla was the original one. It's well, I just fucking talked about it.
What, sassafras?
Sassafras.
Yeah.
Which is a root.
Yeah.
It grows all throughout the South. Usually up around the banks.
Yeah, you can just like pick them and
yeah,
make your
my dad
own,
would be. Me and my dad would be fishing.
He
He just pulls some out and goes, that's sassafras.
You can make your own root beer.
Yeah, and you could pull it out and just sit there and chew on it. Chew on the root. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's nice. Just kind of an herbal flavor.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. I like it.
Makes good tea.
And I don't usually like flavors like that because, like I said, I'm not real into licorice type of flavors or clovey type of flavors or anything like that, which root beer is kind of in that spectrum, I feel like. But it's kind of the only thing like that I like.
Yeah. Like cardamom.
Yeah, but...
Kind of. Cardamom is what is in Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
It's
not prunes.
No.
That's an urban
People thought
legend.
it was prunes. It's not.
That's an urban legend.
It's like cream soda and cardamom and other spices. A little bit of clove. It's almost Indian flavor.
I think there is some clove in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guitar Girl was asking me about the Nick Cave poster.
Yeah.
I was saying how the only opportunity I had to see him was at Lollapalooza, and they canceled it because the fucking stage collapsed because of the rain, because fucking Florida. Yeah. And it just got all muddy and the stage collapsed. Like the morning of, like I woke up.
Yeah.
I had all my shit ready to go, like we were all gonna go, and we had tickets and everything like that, and they're like, nope.
Norway, man, that's way up there.
It is, yeah.
It's way up there. Way up there in the snow and the ice. How old are you, guitar girl?
That sounds nice.
And then how tall are you? I'm trying to get an idea now. The girl I was telling about, the Swedish girl that I dated, her name was Camilla Frisk. And she was about fucking 6'5", which is a foot taller than me. That much.
Which that's tall for a dude.
That's tall for a dude.
I dated a dude that was 6'5",
Yeah.
and he was a gigantic. He could pick me up and carry me on his back like a backpack.
Yeah.
That's how big he was.
Yeah. We had like a couple of flings and shit, you know what I mean? And fucking we hung out. It never really got fucking official between me and Camilla.
You were just kind of...
Well, we would show up to the same clubs where everybody from the school would be going.
Right.
You know what I mean? We went to like a Love Hotel a couple times. But it was towards the end of the year.
Right.
We only had like about a month left, and then school was going to be over. We were graduating.
Right.
So she was just letting loose. You know, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Sure, I gotcha.
Yeah, because we weren't going to see each other again.
So might as well.
Might as well. Yeah. But she was attractive. She was just so fucking big, man. I looked at the bottom of the bed, man. She had those pumps. I think they were, you know, those fucking shoes with the high heel pumps. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, that fucking shoe's bigger than my shoe. They were fucking huge. Well, and I'm looking at her feet and everything. You know what I mean? I'm looking at that feet, and I was like, damn, it's weird when you're a man to see feet bigger than your own. And it's a woman's foot, but it's just huge.
Right. Well.
Yeah, but and that's why they have so much problem. I think.
Yeah, like I said.
She was nice though. It's just here's the problem that I had. I like to go doggy style.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. All right. She was too big. I had to fucking like put pillows and shit.
Step ladder.
That's why I said it's like having sex with a horse or something. You know, it's like everything's way up higher, even when she's on her knees. And you know, come on back, come on. And it's not. It's
all these logistics.
Yeah. And then
never
it's not.
Consider.
Yeah.
So it's kind of better that it's like you and me are kind of. We're not the same size. Like you're taller
a little
than.
Smaller, yeah.
But
it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Smaller she is, the easier it is.
Like I think I'm about 3 inches shorter than you are.
Yeah.
But if I have like big boots on, like I'm about the same height.
Yeah. I love her with big platforms on.
Yeah.
That's just sexy.
And he doesn't think because sometimes I have some platforms that make me taller than him, but he's just like, that's okay.
Oh yeah, I got all kinds of pictures of me with her. She's way up here, you know. And fucking my ex-girlfriend, Arezo, was maybe my height. And then she put those fucking platforms on another 5 inches. So in a lot of the pictures, she's towering above me. But she's the same size as me.
Yeah. Jeff Yard gave us a super chat.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, but I'm dying to ask, did you see the Uber Eats share commercial? I didn't. I thought about it, but then I forgot about it, so I didn't watch it. But we will watch it, I promise, because that does sound funny as shit. CB said, Tom, if you had a foot fetish, you would have had a fantastic time with her.
Man, I gotta tell you, man, I almost lost my heart on.
Because of the feet?
Because of the feet, yeah. I had to fucking look away.
Tom is not really... You're not into feet. You love shoes. He loves shoes.
Yeah, I love shoes, yeah. I love women's shoes.
He loves shoes.
It's not... I got a shoe fetish, but it's not so bad that I don't need the woman. They got guys that their shoe fetish is so bad, they don't need the woman. They just need the shoe. Yeah, I'm not that bad.
Which, that's a little weird.
But if I have the woman and the shoe, fucking sexy. If the shoe looks painful... I like it.
Yeah, he likes like really uncomfortable shoes.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, it's like a BDSM bondage.
Because I have a bunch of shoes that I can't walk in.
Yeah.
That are just for that purpose.
Yeah, they're just for going sexy. If they look painful, then I fucking like.
Because I'm like, I can't walk in these, so you're just gonna. I'm just gonna put them on, and I'm.
Guitar girl's laughing. She was laughing about my reaction to her feet. Yeah.
But see, like I said, I always thought that was cool about you, though. Is just like she was like that much bigger than you, but you were like, all right.
No, I
like you weren't bothered.
No, I like tall women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
You weren't bothered.
Well, what happens is usually, you know, being a shorter guy, I kind of would have something in common with real tall women is that you're kind of you're not like the ideal size of what.
Right.
So, but the thing is that if you're a short guy, it's not that hard.
No, if you have like a good personality. Well, like I said,
I never had a problem.
No, you never.
Jen's seen she knows the girls that I dated because we knew each other before we were a thing. women were easy to date.
Yeah.
But my height wasn't a factor. There was other factors involved.
It honestly never occurred to me.
Yeah.
It really didn't.
Yeah. Most women on these dating apps will say they want 6 feet tall. Until they see me, they go, "Oh no, it's all right."
That's
it's
what I
not
mean.
just me. Other dudes.
I think they just put that.
They just put that
just for something to put.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I want somebody that's taller than I am.
Yeah.
So I can wear high heels. I kind of feel like that's all it is. Because if you meet a dude, if you met Tom in the wild,
yeah,
and he's 5'6",
yeah,
and you were the same height or taller or whatever like that, you would be charmed. I guarantee it. And because honestly, he's taller than me, not by much, but honestly, his height never occurred to me.
Most girls don't notice.
Like when he said something later about it's like, yeah, I'm kind of short for a dude. I'm like, are you?
Yeah, it didn't matter.
And like honestly, my first husband was 6'1".
Yeah.
I've dated dudes my height. I've dated dudes up to 6'5". I dated a dude that was 6'5".
Yeah, I liked that guy.
I didn't know he was 6'5" because I met him online.
We're talking about the same guy, right?
Yeah.
I liked that guy.
I did too.
This is back when me and Jen were just friends.
So,
yeah.
But I mean, I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't know he was that size.
He was a good man. He was a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, I didn't willingly pick because some of the dudes I met like online, so I didn't know how tall they were or how big they. So I didn't really like choose it because of that. Because I know that there are some dudes, especially like these kind of incel type dudes, that are like, oh, women only want tall men. That is not true.
That's just what they're saying on dating apps.
They're using that as justification why they're not getting laid.
Yeah, no. You go to the club if you're about your shit, fucking, you can get women.
Man, if you look good and you have a good, like, if you dress good and you have a good personality, like you have a good, you're a good dancer and shit like that. Nobody gives a fuck how tall you are.
If you were fucking 5'4", but you were hot and you were stylish. Let's say you look like a fucking. Like something out of Duran or some shit like that, depending on whatever scene you're in, and you can talk, and you've got some shit behind you. You know what I mean? You have a career, you have money. Yeah, women are all about that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: being a shorter guy, I kind of thought it was cool to go out with a real tall woman. I kind of felt like a big game hunter.
Yeah, I was saying that.
You're like a big game hunter. Like, look at this. Yeah. Hell yeah. Nothing's stopping me. You know what I mean? But it was, I knew even from an early age that those girls have it much harder than a short guy. They have no choice but to date a shorter guy.
Yeah, because there's not really
the guys their size end up with women that are normal size or shorter. Because that's... Statistically, the women that they're going to be attracted to are not going to be as tall as them. They're at the extreme.
Yeah, I mean, you don't usually see women that are over 6 feet tall. Yeah, and it's unusual.
And these big, tall dudes are not going to sit around waiting for a tall woman. Those are rare. He's going to go for what he sees, and it's going to be women that are 5'1", 5'2", 5'3". That's what he ends up.
Average size.
That is
like
average.
5'6", 5'7", you know.
5'6", 5'7". Women start getting into trouble when they get to be around fucking 5'11", 5'10", 5'11". They're kind of borderline.
Yeah, when you start like approaching 6 feet.
When you start approaching 6 feet, it starts getting harder for women. So I kind of would see tall women, and I noticed they're fucking by themselves. And if I was single at the time, I'd be like, there's one right there.
Well, yeah.
That'll be easy. Let's see if she's cool. And if she's cool, score every time. Because they're not popular. And they could be beautiful.
They don't get much attention.
They don't get much attention. And here's the thing. They could be beautiful. They could be great. You know what I mean? But because they're tall, a lot of guys are going like, well, she's too tall.
They won't give them a chance.
They won't do it. They won't even talk to them.
Right.
So they got it worse than a short guy.
Yeah, because I feel like in a lot of ways, and this is a generalization, obviously, despite what a lot of, like I said, incel type dudes say, like, women are not generally as shallow. If you have something else to offer, personality wise, money wise, whatever, it's like your looks don't matter as much.
Another thing that women go for is that if you kind of come off as exotic.
That too.
You know what I mean? If you're in a country like, let's say for instance, you're in China. Everybody's the same race. if you're white or black in China, you have a huge advantage because you just stand out.
Yeah, and anybody that stands out,
yeah,
I mean, that's going to get a lot of blowback your way too, but it's like you are going to get a lot of positive attention too, but you also get a lot of negative.
Traditionally in Asian countries, white guys, we call them East Asian countries, white guys are the killers, man. When I lived in Korea, fucking easy, okay, when I was in the Army. Now, a lot of girls I dealt with were fucking pros. They were professional women, you know what I mean? But
sex workers.
Yeah, but, you know, because it was faster, it's easier. But now that fucking the internet has happened, there's a lot of videos coming out of the fucking China that the Chinese girls are getting into the black guys. And these guys are from Africa. And they're hooking out with them. They're getting married and having kids. You look at the dudes, you're like, well, of course. Big motherfuckers, you know, strong, look good, you know what I mean? Fucking dreadlocks and treating women well, you know. Women are not fucking confined to just one thing. They just want a fucking cool dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if he's different, then that's even better because
that's just a bonus.
It's like a bonus, right?
You just want somebody that's on your wavelength,
right? Yeah,
that treats you good.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's just kind of like we've talked about this before because I always kind of say that it's like I don't really even have a type. You know, I'm bi, so you know I look at men and women, but
that worked out for me.
Yeah, but I don't even have a type. It's just like I know it when I see it.
Yeah,
it's just the vibe the person gets off. It honestly, it doesn't really matter.
Jen does have a type.
I mean, kinda.
Jen likes intellectual, kind of nerdy, cute girls. She's really like into that.
Not always, but that's the type of person you. But they have to have a certain kind of energy to them.
Yeah, it helps if they're goth. And fucking
that's usually, I mean, usually that's the kind of, I don't usually see, is this going to sound kind of racist? I don't, like, normal people are kind of invisible.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not, like, interesting looking, at least.
You're going to have to be in the goth scene or in the fucking scenes that we...
Well, because
we fucking meet people in the circles that we hang out in.
Yeah.
And you got to show up to be a player.
Because you know that person is going to have a bunch in common with you before you even meet them.
Right.
So I think that's kind of like... So if I just, like, see some random-ass person at a coffee shop or something like that, I don't know anything about that person. Yeah. So it's just kind of like... But if you see somebody at the club, they're there, like, all the time... And they're obviously into the same music as you. They're into the same scene as you. They're, you know, usually into the same kind of shit.
Yeah.
Then you know that at least you have that kind of connection. You know
because me and Jen were friends before we went out. We were fucking business partners before we were a thing. We were already doing club business and shit together. We were friends probably a couple years, 3 years before we started going out. When we started going out, people were like, "Well, fucking finally."
Everybody kept bugging.
Everybody else could see it, you know.
Everybody kept bugging us about it.
I was kind of, because she was just coming out of a marriage, I wanted to make sure that she had a cool off period. You know what I mean? That she could go play the field.
That I kind of went crazy for a little while.
Yeah,
because I did.
Yeah, I help her. I'd fucking be her wingman, help her hook up and shit. Fucking, you know.
I did that for a little while, just because I'd never done that. I got married kind of young, so it's just kind of like
So we were friends first before we started, like, becoming an item. But I forgot where I was going. Let's go to the restroom in a second.
I did too.
We were talking about. But the thing is that I know her type for guys too, and here's the weird thing about women is that they don't have a type.
No.
They see it and they like it.
Yeah.
And if they like it, and then she goes, "He's cute," and I'm looking at that dude and I'm going, "Him?" And it's like totally from fucking left field every fucking time. It's a dude that, from my point of view,
he's always surprised.
I'm like, him? Really?
He's always surprised.
He's cute.
Not with the girls so much.
Yeah, the girls.
I think he knows like what kind of girls that I like.
Yeah, and we tend to agree.
But
on girls, but
the dudes, it's like he's always surprised.
No way, really? Because he would be like a real skinny. To me, kind of I don't want to say disgusting, but a little bit like, I'd be like, I don't want to say repulsive.
You did just say.
I guess I did say repulsive. Kind of like him.
Yeah.
Really? That's totally weird. Opposite. Like a dude that's totally opposite of me. But then I think about it and I go, well, it's like novelty. Well, sometimes I'll look at a woman and she's extremely voluptuous. I'm like, yeah, and then I'll look at another one that's real skinny and go, yeah, okay, yeah, that's good too. It depends. Each person kind of has their own style.
Well, and the thing about it is that I'm kind of like, one, I find it hard to be attracted to somebody that I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people that just like checks random people out because I don't know that person.
She ignores random people, actually.
They could be assholes,
Yeah.
you know, which, you know, so I don't really, they're just all kind of like noise. But people that we know that I think are attractive they have like a certain kind of energy to them. They don't all look the same, but it's just they have something about them that stands out. Like they dress real good, or they, you know, or they're a really good dancer, or they're super funny, or they're super nice, or something like that. There's just something about them that like stands out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, this is just in the club scene we go to. We're just like, so it's mostly people that we know, or we know somebody that knows that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I went to some place where I didn't know anybody, and it was just a bunch of normies, everybody there would probably just look the same to me. Like I said, I don't mean to sound racist or anything, but like it's not really racist. But I'm just saying that all of the normies kind of all look the same to me. Like they're very interchangeable. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we'd go to mannequins sometimes, and like all of these normie type people would come in, and it's just like, and Tom's like, "Hey, look at that," and I'm just like, they all look the same. I don't really understand. Like, like there's nothing that distinguishes them. They just all look like the same. They all look like they came out of a factory or something. So
gutter girls, fucking guitar girl. I say guitar girls saying all kinds of stuff about, I have a car, would you marry me? That kind of. I'm not sure. He must be talking about. She must be talking about. Dude, you never did ask the question though, guitar girl. How tall are you? See. Those Swedish girls were fucking pretty tall from the ones I went to high school. I went to an international high school in Brazil, and a lot of them were tall.
I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think out of the ones that we had in school, there were two sisters there. I forget their names now, and they were more kind of like a normal American size. They were like 5'8". Around that size. Now, the Swedish guys that were there, one of them I was a good friends with. His name was Eric Sorensen was his name. Sorensen was big. He was probably about 6'1". And even though he was just a teenager in high school, he was fucking built. Big fucking shoulders on him. And he was chasing around some American girls that were there at the time. Yeah. I'm trying to remember that one girl's name. Yeah, he was wild. He was pretty good. They didn't like the Swedish girls. The Swedish guys didn't like the Swedish girls. They said they were just too problematic. They were running after American girls and Brazilian girls. Because the school I'm talking about that I went to high school in, part of the time was Brazil. And all the Swedish guys had Brazilian girlfriends. Smoking hot Brazilian girlfriends.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, here's the thing. I kind of feel like dudes, I don't know, like certain kinds of dudes, they'll buy some flashy car. I think we talked about this when we did a show about Elliot Roger. Because he was kind of talking about, he had this fancy, what do you have, like a BMW or something like that? And he's like, I have this really nice expensive car, and I have like all these nice clothes and blah, blah, blah. Like, why won't girls talk to me? And I was like, you would be surprised to know that girls, at least the ones that, you know, you'd actually want to have a relationship with, absolutely do not give a shit about your car. Other dudes give a shit about your car, but women do not give a shit about your car. Like I said, I kind of feel like dudes feel it's like, you know, oh, because he has money and stuff like that. It's like, well, yeah, you want the dude to like not be a bum, because it's like she doesn't want to have to support him. Like he's just going to lay around on the couch and play video games and not contribute to the household or anything like that. Like that's all she's worried about. But it's like she literally does not care about your car. Like you're like, oh, I have this fancy BMW. I don't even, honestly, I don't notice people's cars. I don't think most women notice people's cars. Like I said, unless they're super shallow. I don't really know. I don't even know one car from the other. I mean, I kind of do because, you know, I work for a company. I do a lot of ads for a company that does a lot of social media stuff for car dealerships. So I do like have to know something about cars, but I don't really care about cars. Like I said, other dudes care about cars.
I like cars.
Yeah, but women don't usually care about cars.
I like old cars, though.
Yeah.
I like the cars I was growing up with.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, some chicks are materialistic.
Yeah.
That's true. But I don't know. You can't like go after materialistic chicks and then complain that they're materialistic. You know what I'm saying? That seems kind of...
I think female materialism is not sustainable. They come out kind of young thinking like that, but then they realize that they don't have what it takes to get what it is that they want. So they kind of say, well, I'm going to have to deal with regular guys. And then they start changing, Dudes that have money also have lots of women.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to compete against.
Yeah.
He's got a wife and 5 girlfriends. So what are you going to give him? You know what I mean? He'll run through you.
Yeah.
He'll fuck you.
And it's like, is that really what you want?
Is that all you want? Right, yeah.
I mean, if that's all you want, cool. Like,
right.
You do you. But if you actually want, like, an actual relationship...
It's going to have to be like a peer.
Yeah.
Or something close to a peer.
You have to, like, not worry about that kind of crap. That's all it is.
Rich guys tear it up.
Well, they can.
Why wouldn't they?
They can.
They can, yeah.
They can get whatever they want.
Yeah.
But, like I said, if that's...
And if they're ugly, they just buy it.
Yeah. If that's all you're after...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do what you want. But it's just kind of like... if you want some kind of like human connection, then obviously that's not gonna get you that far. Money's nice, obviously, but nobody wants to live in poverty.
If you're making over $500,000 a year, you got a lot of money. And here in the United States, you're running a lot of that on credit, so you're leveraging debt against the bank. It's all kinds of games that they play. A friend of mine, Scott, he owns a bar. He's my age. Actually, he's a little bit younger than me. You wouldn't know it by looking at him, but he's younger than me. I'm gonna fuck with Scott every time I talk about Scott.
We might see him tomorrow.
He owns a bar. He's over $1 million in debt.
Yeah.
But he lives like a rich guy.
Yeah.
Because the bank can't default with him, because then they'd lose that $1 million.
Right.
So he can continue to fucking take loans out. He's leveraging that debt against the bank to get better credit or better credit line. And he's like, he told me, he says, yeah, I own this and that. Of course, I'll never pay it off in my lifetime, but that's the game.
Yeah,
and that is the game. That's the game.
What are they going to do? Take it out of my corpse?
Yeah, and here's the thing. Everybody's doing that.
Of course.
The richer they are,
Why
the more they're
you?
doing that. The United States itself does that. The United States government does that. It's fucking heavily in debt. It can barely cover the interest on its debt.
That's what I mean. So it's just kind of like, man, just take everything you can get, man.
Yeah. So...
They're all doing it.
They're all doing it, yeah.
Might as well. Yeah. Fucking take advantage of that shit. As long as you're not taking advantage of other actual poor people.
Technically, I'm $500,000 in debt for this house. But the house itself is an asset on the debt. So that means...
They don't usually count that.
Yeah, that means that fucking if I stop paying, they just take the house away.
They'll just take it, yeah.
That place. So, but a lot of other business guys are doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Guitar Wheel says, I don't need a Ferrari. Yeah, me neither. Honestly...
Ferraris are not good daily drivers.
No.
I got the best daily driver of all time. I got a fucking Mercury Grand Marquis.
A 1999.
A 1999 with only 100,000 miles on it.
It's a beautiful car.
It is a luxury design. It looks brand new. It looks brand new.
We bought it from the old people across the street.
Yeah, bought it from people across the street. Old lady's car.
Yeah, she died.
Yep, I fucking done a lot
and
to
her
it.
husband sold it.
Got to fix the AC in it. I got to put a new evaporator in it.
It's in good shape, honestly.
It's in fucking great shape. And that car can get 400,000 miles on it. I think I should have got the Lincoln, though. The Lincoln Town Car is the same thing, just stretched. But I know that car very well. That car was used. It's called a Panther platform. The Crown Victoria Grand Marquis Lincoln Town Car. It's the same car, just different levels of trim. All of the United States, all of the American police cars and taxis were based on this. So they were just built to last. Big mellowed out V8. It's a big engine. It's not making a lot of power. It's not getting a lot of good gas mileage, but it's not running under any stress.
And we don't drive it a lot.
You don't drive it a lot. We don't drive it a lot. We don't have to commute for work.
Yeah, I mean, I work at home and Tom is like retired, so it's just kind of like we just
all leather interior.
We just go out on the weekends.
I did LED upgrades. All the fucking lights are LED on the inside. The headlights.
It looks really nice.
It's got a great carpeting, but I want a new carpet so I can get that new car smell. The parts are fucking plentiful. They're Ford parts, plentiful and fucking basically cheap. You can get fucking high quality shit for low price. Now my friend Angel, she's got the fucking Lincoln Town Car version, which is stretched by 18 inches, I think.
Well, she's a limo driver.
And she was using that as a limo.
She uses it for that.
And then she put the police wraparound crash bars on the front of it. It looks cool as shit. It's a black limo with fucking crash bar on the front. You can ram cars out of the way. You could drive through a fucking crowd of people if you had to. But I want that shit because out here, you could hit a deer and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are deer out here.
There are all kind of animals.
And there are bears out here, yeah.
Deer,
if you hit those things, man, it fucks your car up.
I almost hit one a couple of times, but I've never hit a deer.
They run right out in front of you.
Yeah. They don't know.
Road looks clear, and all of a sudden, one right there just boom, runs right in front of you.
And they will fuck your car.
They'll fucking, yeah.
I mean, you could get killed.
You can get killed.
They are very large animals.
Yeah, the deer can come through the front window.
Yeah.
That's happened
through the
before.
Windshield, yeah.
Right through the fucking front windshield. So I was thinking about getting that fucking full cop crash cage. It comes matte black, but I was gonna spray paint that shit fucking like, kind of like a frosty silver. You know what I'm talking about? Like a polished fucking aluminum look. That would look cool, I think, on the front. It adds a lot of weight. It's like 60 pounds.
Yikes.
60 pounds of steel. Big fucking gauge. But it looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
I put fog lights in it. You know what I mean? To dress it up and shit. Look like something out of Mad Max.
Yeah, we got that car for... Well, he was asking $4,000.
Yeah.
But he gave it to us for $3,000 because I gave him my old 2004 Ford Taurus.
Yeah, in exchange. Which was that's a great change, yeah.
Which was still running. It didn't look great on the outside. It was kind of rusty.
Yeah.
But it's like the engine was really good.
Now that car, in its condition, in the UK or Europe, would have been worth 3 times that. It's a luxury car. It's considered to be a executive luxury sedan.
Yeah. Like, it's old, but...
You wouldn't know it by looking at it.
The kind of cool thing about it is, like, it's kind of an old man car.
Yeah.
But it's so old that it almost kind of, like...
It's new again.
That it's... Yeah. Or like you're driving it, like, ironically, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's a big, well-made car that was proven. And everything's updated. I updated everything. So it looks... all the lights are LED.
Yeah, we have, so like, the GPS bright. Shit in it. And it's like... It's got the... You can play Spotify through it and all that.
Right, yeah. Kind of I took the stereo out and I put a fucking new digital stereo that's got a fucking touch screen on it. And
yeah, so we updated all of it.
Everything's updated. New speakers and shit. The car will run forever. That's what the American taxi cabs and American cop cars.
That's why we wanted it, because one...
all leather interior. It's all gray leather.
Because Tom knows how to work on those.
Yeah, I know how to work on them. Yeah.
Because he did that for a long time.
I can rebuild those engines. I don't have everything I need to do it, but I could pull that engine and rebuild it.
And two, it only had 100,000 miles on it, even though it's in 1999. Because the woman didn't drive it anywhere. Yeah, she was an old woman.
And that car does... I know that car like the back of my hand. That car, or that engine is not even really broke in until 100,000 miles. You can get 500,000 miles on that engine.
Yeah, because Tom was like, man, we will be dead.
We'll be dead
before we drive it that far.
We don't put enough miles on it.
Like I said, we drive it maybe once or twice a week. We drive it to like Dollar General, which is literally walking distance. We drive to Publix, which is less than a mile. And we go out to the club like once a week sometimes, and that's about it.
It's Toreador Red, which is a blood red metallic, almost kind of like a maroon.
Like maroon, yeah.
It's almost like maroon color, and a metallic with fucking chrome and polished aluminum highlights. It's got fucking lace of aluminum wheels like a fucking American luxury car. It's huge. You're in there. It's like a room in there.
It's really weird because
Big
like after
inside,
like I had a Ford Taurus from 2004 like prior, which was it's kind of big. It's like a mid-sized sedan. But when we got this car, I'm like, holy crap, like it's fucking giant.
It's big, yeah.
Like I'm over here sliding around and I'm just like there's all this room and there's like all this fucking
We could easily have sex in the back seat.
Yeah.
Easily.
It's massive.
It's massive. Massive.
Which we could have done in the Ford, but it would have been a little bit awkward.
You're cramped, yeah.
Would have been a little bit awkward.
It's like you're traveling in a room.
Hey, I've had sex in a Mazda Miata.
That's tiny, yeah.
And I broke the gear shift.
Broke the gear shift
with my foot. I felt kind of bad about that. I didn't mean to. It was
you can look at. I've seen British videos reviewing the car that I have, and fucking like guys just getting it together, and they're like, "You don't understand how big this car is." And for a compared to a European car, it's fucking big.
It's like a fucking apartment in there.
Yeah, you're like in a room driving it. And the fucking Lincoln Town car is even bigger. It's bigger than a Cadillac.
Like he's in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And then there's the armrest.
Yeah, we got armrests.
And then I can put my purse there.
Yeah.
And then there's still plenty of room for me. Like it's me, and then there's like all this room to the door. I'm like, holy crap!
It's got leather power seats, lumbar support, fucking all kinds of shit. Yeah, and it's all fucking like bulletproof, indestructible technology. Been around for a long time. Dumb, but well thought out. Just really simple.
Yeah, which sometimes that's what you want. Because like I said, we just wanted a car. We were when we were in the market for a car because we were going to get rid of mine because it was getting old, and it's just kind of like, well, we're going to get something newer and small and like something with good gas mileage because we don't use it a lot.
Yeah.
So we just wanted something that was that looked kind of cool but was mostly like reliable and got good gas mileage. But then like the dude across the street was selling this and we're like,
I'm like, wait a minute.
And Tom's like, man, I can work on those.
I can work on that. Yeah, those are cheap to fix. And that one's in good condition. And then when we washed it and I fucking buffed it with wax, I was like, this fucking car looks brand new.
It looks really nice. I can't believe it's as old as it is. That was 9 years after I graduated from high school.
Yeah, we wanted a new car, but I was wait a minute, hold on, this is a 99, this is an old car, but it only had 100,000 miles. It had like 98,000 miles, or was it just at 100?
Yeah, it was just under. I think it was just under 100 or just out 100.
The old, and I'm only the third owner.
Yeah.
So and the old lady that had it before me, according to the title, she had it for a long fucking time.
Yeah. And she drove it around until she couldn't anymore, and then she passed away. Yeah. And then her husband, who lives on a farm across the street from us, he has a bunch of cars. But he's like, she died a few months back, and it's like, I'm not driving it anymore, so I just wanted somebody to have it. So like I said, I traded him my Ford Taurus, and he's going to fix that up and sell it. And he gave me $1,000 for that, which is more than I thought I would get for it, honestly. Because it still ran, but it didn't look too good on the outside. Like, a lot of the paint had come off, and it was kind of rusty and shit. But he's a nice dude. But yeah, I think we got a good deal. We've driven it. Like I said, we don't drive it a lot. Like, we mostly drive it to the grocery store, and then, like, on weekends, we'll go up to Mount Dora, like, to eat out, or we'll go to the club in Orlando, which is, like, 28, 30 miles, something like that. And that's about it. Like I said, we don't commute, so we don't usually drive it much. Burley said it's like a Crown Vic, right? Kinda. It's a Mercury Grand Marquis, which is kind of the same thing. Kind of the same thing. John Gora said, does insurance cover that, dear? You know what? I'm not entirely sure. I'm imagining it would, but I don't know. I have to ask Cam about that. I've actually never hit a deer, but I've almost hit a deer a couple of times. But I've never actually hit a deer. I mean, I'm sure insurance covers it, but I don't really know what they... Does insurance cover you hitting a deer, Tom?
It might.
I would hope it does.
If you had full coverage, it does. But the thing is that on a car this age, you don't get full coverage. You just get whatever you need to get you on the road, because you're going to waste money on full coverage. Over time, because the repair and the damage on this car would be cheaper than the fucking insurance.
Yeah.
So
it's better to just take your chances.
better to just take the fucking hit.
Yeah, I think all you have to have in Florida is PIP and liability.
Yeah, liability. That's all you need here.
So if you hit somebody else, like, your shit will pay for their shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's pretty much all you have to have. You don't have to have... the only time you have to have full coverage is
when it's new.
If it's new, or if you're leasing
It's
it,
under financing. Yeah.
or if you're financing it.
Yeah.
But because I always just had, like, the bare minimum on my cars, because I always bought cheap cars, so I always, like, bought them with cash. You know what I mean? The only time I financed one was back in 2013 when I actually did buy a new car, but I sold that one, so that was that Toyota. Let's see. Phantom says, I hit a baby deer before. Its head was out in the road while its body was on the grass, and I clipped it going around a turn. I felt so bad because on the other side of the road was the mom and dad deer. I don't think I would ever get over that. Honestly, I still think about that night that we were coming home and we hit that raccoon.
Yeah, I feel bad about that.
Because there were other raccoons. They were all crossing the road, and we couldn't avoid it. You know what I mean? And the other raccoons were like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, man. I felt so bad. I try not to, like, hit animals, but I did hit a dog one night coming home from work, like, a long time ago when I still worked in Daytona. And I used to work the night shift, so I used to come home at, like, 2 or 3 in the morning. And a dog just jumped in front of my car.
Yeah. I'm going to show them the car. It's one of these.
Oops, well.
It's good. They're trying to sell it. Somebody else is trying to sell it. Yeah. That's what it looks like. Same color and everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not our car, but that's
not our car.
That's exactly.
It looks exactly like that.
It looks exactly like that.
Yeah. The interior is fucking nice. It's all gray leather. Shit. They're big. And we got the black windows and everything. You can't see in. It's like a limo.
Yeah, we look like fucking gangsters.
And that's what it looks like in there, yeah.
Rolling down the road.
Yeah. Look like gangsters in there.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's just why you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody trying to sell it.
Victor says, I hit a moose knuckle once. I see what you did there.
Hitting a moose knuckle. Man, come on.
I thought that I was like the only, because, people use camel toe all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what a camel toe is. But I kind of, the male equivalent of that is a moose knuckle.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like maybe a lot of people don't know that. You don't hear it as much.
Guitar Girl, they have those in Sweden?
What, moose knuckles?
No. You have cars like this in Norway and Sweden? The interiors are fucking great. And the AC blows cold. That air conditioner blows cold as fuck, which in Florida you have to have that.
Or you'll die.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
These are great cars, though. Classic fucking cars. Classic American shit. That was the last of the truly American motherfucking cars. Yeah. Cruise control. There's a cruise control buttons on the damn steering column. Yeah.
High Desert says, I know the feeling. I hit a baby coyote on Interstate 10. I felt horrible.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, what happens in Florida every time it rains is that you get all these little frogs jumping into the road. Yeah. And it's like you try to avoid hitting them, but you can't because there's so many.
Smashing all them little frogs.
And I'm just kind of like, the whole time I'm like, oh my God, we're killing all these fucking frogs. It's like, it's really, really upsetting. I mean, they don't know. Like I said, it's raining, but every single time it's raining, like, all the frogs jump in the road. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, I still think about that raccoon, and I still think about that dog, too, that I hit a long time ago. And that was a long time ago.
Guitar Girl says American Cars is the best. The Mark III is way more awesome. I forgot what the fucking Mark III looked like.
Phantom said they got troll knuckles over there.
Yeah.
Instead of moose knuckles. Oh.
I was seeing a fucking Mark 7, and it's based on the fucking Mustang platform. It's like a 91. A dealer that I know who's posts videos posted. Remember that? You came in the room and you were looking when he was talking about it.
Yeah.
It was a Mark 7 based on a Mustang. It was like a luxury car based upon the Ford Mustang. It looked great. It was a 1991 low miles Florida car. See, all those fucking cool old cars are here in Florida because this is where all the people came here and retired.
Yeah.
And they bought those cars when they were new.
They don't call it God's waiting room for nothing.
Yeah, and they didn't drive them much, and they kept them in fucking nice garages inside these expensive homes. That's where my car came from.
Yeah, like I said, you can usually find a decent car. You check the obituaries, man. I know it's like a little morbid. But...
when they die, go down there and fucking try to find a car. What car do they have?
Can I have that?
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't do it on purpose.
But
he had it parked out front, and we lived there. So.
The old Orlando, Florida area, man, it's filled with fucking beautiful old luxury cars that are low mileage. They look brand new.
Yeah, the old people don't go anywhere.
They don't go anywhere in them.
They don't go anywhere.
They don't want much for them. You can get one for $4,000. You can get a fucking great Lincoln Town Car for $4,000. And it'd be like around 100,000 miles on it. And you can get 500,000 miles on that car. You're going to have to do stuff to it to keep it running, of course, but
you
no
have to
problem.
do that with any car.
No problem.
You can't
as long as you're not running it real hard. The cop cars would get 450,000 miles, and those cars were abused. They've been idle forever.
Yeah.
Just sit there idling, running fucking ACs and shit. Same with the taxis. So a regular fucking street car, 500,000, no problem, on one engine.
Yeah, like I said, and we don't abuse ours.
Right.
Like we barely use it. It sits in the driveway most of the time.
Yeah, and it's like you're driving around in a hotel room.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
A luxury hotel room.
Yeah.
That you rent out with the hookers.
With the hookers and everything. Hookers, hookers, cocaine, got guns. Florida, man, you can have guns stuck somewhere.
Not really.
We don't take it.
We don't have any hookers in the car either.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I know.
That's just the Florida fantasy.
They might be in the trunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think
you can carry a gun here concealed without a license. If you can legally own the weapon, if you can legally purchase it, then you can carry it. Which that's great. Most southern states are like that now. They changed a bunch of laws. And it's worked out. Fucking crime actually declined. Because fucking you can't fuck around here. I don't even really get in fights that much in the bar and at the clubs because you don't know. They don't have fucking guns in the club because they use a metal detector. Make sure you're not carrying anything.
Well, at Mannequins.
At Mannequins they do. That's the dangerous place.
Which we don't.
Yeah, we don't go there that much. You never know. You know, they could always go out to their fucking car and come back with an AR-15
like I said,
and fucking light you
Barbarella,
up.
they don't really do that because everybody knows.
It's an older crowd.
Everybody, and it's just like nobody causes any trouble.
It's an older crowd. And
I don't remember anybody other than that situation a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about that or not.
That girl?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. Yeah. So how long is this stream? It's as long as we want it to be. We've done it for 2 hours. We've done it for 4. We've done it for 4 hours. We've done it for
almost 6 hours.
We've almost done it for 6 hours before. If we're having a good time, we'll stay on.
Yeah, like I said, we're not going anyplace.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Nowhere to go tonight.
Tomorrow I can sleep till noon if I want to, because I don't have to work.
Make you another drink?
Yes, please.
All right.
And we don't have anything to do tomorrow other than we might go out and get some lunch, or we'll probably go to Barbarella. Like I said, we didn't go last week because I don't know. I didn't have much money, and I was just like, I don't really. I wanted to go, but I was like, I can't really justify it because honestly, if we go, we just end up having a really good time, and it's just like it usually ends up being like $130, like for both of us. You know what I mean? And we drink a lot, but you know what I mean? And you got to pay to get in. And now if it's Memento Mori, they let us in for free, but everybody else got to pay, but we don't. But just on regular Saturday nights, we always pay, and it's $10 to get in. So, but you know, like I said, they make super, super strong drinks. But if you get like 3 or 4 of them, you know, that's like $30-$40 right there. And sometimes Tom gets food, because they have food too, up until 11 o'clock. They have this really good, what the fuck is it? It's like a spinach artichoke dip. And you get the dip, and you get like all the chips and stuff like that. Because sometimes if we don't eat before we go out, like Tom's like, man, I'm going to get some of that dip. Because our friend Charisse got it, and she like recommended it to everybody. It is really good. So if you get there early, I think they close the kitchen at 11. So if you get there before 11, you can still like get food. And sometimes Tom will get that. So that's another $12 or $13 or however much it is. But you know, like I said, we didn't go last weekend. It was kind of a bummer, but we just kind of stayed in and watch musicals. But I do definitely want to go tomorrow, because I kind of missed it. I always miss not going. But we did, like, Tom doesn't want to talk about it, but we did have some kind of weird situation. It happened like a couple weeks back. That wasn't the reason we didn't go, but you know what I mean? It was just kind of, I don't know. He probably doesn't want to talk about it. I might get him to, though. Phantom says, what's Monday's movie review going to be? I don't know. You know what? We might do the, that movie you recommended, the other Beau Bridges one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, it's always easy when you guys like give us a recommendation, because a lot of times I'm just kind of like, I can't think of anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see. John Roberts said, "Hey guys, my passion is to cosplay. I was inspired by Nosferatu to do a vampire costume similar to Orlok.
Yeah.
My aunt is a photographer, and when we do a photo shoot, I'd like to send you guys some pictures."
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
If they're good, we'll use them.
Yeah, I definitely want to see those.
We can use them.
See those.
Yeah. We'll put you in a thumbnail.
Yeah, we'll do this. Yeah. I mean, if it's okay with you.
If it looks good.
You know what I mean? If it's okay with you. I wouldn't do it without your permission. But you know what I mean?
So Guitar Girl never did tell us fucking how old she was or how tall she was.
Well, I don't know.
I bet you she's fucking 6'5".
But I missed it. I think I might have missed it.
Yeah, I bet you she's 6'5".
I don't.
Big old tall fucking Swedish girl. Nah, she's probably not. She's probably about 5.
You love the tall girls.
You know, never can tell. Never can tell.
You love all kind of girls.
I like women. think all the friends, all the female friends I have.
Yeah.
See, one of the things that Jen liked about me is I had all kinds of female friends I wasn't sleeping with. Just friends with them.
Well, like I said, that's usually not a red flag. That's usually a green flag.
And I was friends with all my ex-girlfriends.
That's also a green flag.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of like, look, if there's a dude that you meet and he immediately tells you that all his ex-girlfriends are crazy or they don't get along with them or something like that, I immediately think that's a little sus.
Yeah.
That's a little sus. And I also find it suspicious if a dude can't be friends with a woman without wanting to sleep with them. That is also suspicious.
I introduced my ex-girlfriend to the guy she ended up marrying, who's now her husband.
And they are still together.
Yeah.
They've been together longer than we have.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Now they are swingers. So.
They didn't start off that way.
They didn't start off that way, but they did kind of get into that later.
They go to that swingers club.
Secrets.
Yeah.
You can look at it.
Making videos of each other having sex with other people and shit.
Yeah.
Mostly women. Although fucking they're freaky. They're
I don't think they've sent us any videos where like another dude was involved, have they?
Yeah, he sent me some.
Oh, okay.
He sent me
I
some.
didn't see that one.
Yeah, but it was him, another dude, and some chick, and Aleta was fucking sitting there talking dirty to her.
Okay.
Yeah, they were in a car in the parking lot.
Okay,
they were in a
car. Me that one.
Yeah, they were in a car in a parking lot outside.
I've seen some of the other ones. But
they were in a car in the parking lot at night outside fucking Secrets, which is a swingers club.
Yeah, it's a swingers club, man.
Yeah.
They don't call it that. What do they call it?
I don't know. You got to have a membership to get in there. It's like $40.
They have a thing where you can pay a membership. I think it's like monthly or something like that. Or
Yeah.
you can just pay a one-time fee, which is higher.
Yeah.
But they do not, as far as I know, I don't know if they enforce this, they do not allow just single guys to do that because obviously you're going to get a bunch of weird creepers.
Yeah.
Gotta
be a couple.
Yeah, so it's generally couples. They don't really want any lone dudes like just wandering around being.
It's kind of like a love hotel. It's got fucking fountains and fucking the rooms and shit. They look like you're underneath the fucking ground and it's like you're in Disneyland, you know?
Yeah, we've never been, but I've seen like photos.
Yeah, they got photos of it.
I've seen photos.
Mirrors on the ceilings and shit. And it's like a club, and there's a swimming pool.
Yeah, they have a club.
Yeah.
And they have like a playroom that has like all the fetish stuff in it, and then they have like a pool area.
If you want a room, they'll give you a room.
And they have rooms like that, and they're all like themed and stuff.
And they're inviting their friends all up in there and having sex, and then they go back into the club and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've invited us to go all the time, but we never went.
We've never been.
It's kind of far, and that's some freaky shit.
Well, I'm always just kind of like I said.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to have sex.
No, obviously you don't have to do anything that you don't want to.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Right. You know what I mean? But I always just kind of feel like if we did go, that we would get like kind of low key coerced into doing some shit.
Well, what would happen is the people that we know that hang out there be like, "Come on, man, come on."
That's what I'm saying.
That's what would happen.
So we would get kind of just like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like that.
Because it's not just fucking Tony and Aleta that go there. There's an extended crowd of people that from the club that we know that go there too.
Yeah, and it's a whole thing.
They're on the down low. They don't fucking talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'm not averse. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't really know how I would feel about it. Like if I was in that situation, like in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I only think about in the moment. But it just...
That's what I'm saying. But sometimes I think about, what if we did go and then like this happened? Like how would I feel about that? But it's hard to say like if you're not there.
Because you're not there.
You're not there. You don't really know how you would react.
Weird shit has happened at the normal clubs that we go to.
That's true.
I had a dude bite me in the dick. Bite my dick, yeah. I laughed.
Yeah, but it was Dr. Michael.
It was the fucking freaky motherfucker that I know. Fucking Dr. Michael.
We just thought it was funny.
Crazy ass fucking... Well, you see, the thing is I was playing chicken with him. It's out there fucking dancing.
Yeah, you started it.
So I just fucking dropped my drawers. I had some fucking cool underwear on and shit. And he fucking got down in front of the dress and baby was like,
And he was like, what'd you think was going to happen?
and everybody laughed. You know what I mean? Just not really... So all kinds of weird shit has happened.
But like I said, that's what's funny about him is just that you can't, like Tom tries to play chicken with him. I'm just like,
you can't play chicken with him.
He has no shame.
He got no shame.
He will just do anything.
He'll do anything.
And everybody knows that.
He's fucking hilarious though, man. He's fucking funny.
It's kind of hard to explain if you don't know him.
Yeah. Before I was with Jen, I've been blown in the club before.
Not that one, but like
in another club. Yeah, girl blowing me in the club. And then there was like a rumor that chick blew me. And then, I heard that somebody blew me. I didn't believe it though. I said, no, that shit happened. No. Jen was like, yeah, that shit happened. Yeah. Jen knew me at the time.
Yeah. Just I didn't see it happen, but you told me later. That
this shit.
And I knew the girl that I didn't know her super well. But
all kinds of weird shit has happened over the years. But it's just
shit happens.
It's the scene that we're in. The goth scene has a lot of fetish scene crossover. And if you're popular in there, if you're popular in that scene, something weird's going to happen to you. It's just how it is.
And the thing about it is that...
You got too many friends and they're all too fucking freaky.
Yeah, and a lot of people in there, like, a lot of people that go there, I've known them for, like, half my life.
Yeah, we've known them forever.
So it's just kind of like... It's like a weird, like, fucked up family, kind of, but not,
Yeah, Dr. Michael, the dude who bit me in the dick, I've known the dude for over 10 years.
Yeah, we've known him, like, forever.
Yeah. He's fucking hilarious. That dude is fucking hilarious.
So funny.
He looks like Riff Raff from fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Kind of this bald dude with long hair on the back, and he's got fucking teeth like a jack-o'-lantern. They don't fucking line up, but he's wonderful, man. He's hilarious. He's
always got his like Christian Death shirt on. And it's just like he's super goth. He's like into all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but he's like t-shirt goth. He's wearing a t-shirt and fucking shorts. And fucking,
well, like kind of cargo-y, like black cargo shorts and boots and stuff.
And fucking boots and fucking fucking
And he's
socks.
like legit. I think he's the only dude that is legit bisexual.
Yeah, I think he's bisexual.
He is legit bisexual.
He likes everything.
And
if he likes you, then he's gonna get some or try to.
Girl, guy, he doesn't care.
He likes big old fat black girls. He likes skinny girls, white girls. He likes everything.
He likes dudes also.
If you're fucking...
I was talking to him one night out on the patio about a dude that he actually met at his work that he had a thing with.
Oh, you had a thing going on?
For a little while, yeah. And he was just like talking about how that was like a whole thing. Like we got to do like this big long discussion about it. But like I said, he's kind of one of the only genuinely bisexual dudes that I've ever met. Like he's seriously, either way. He could go either way. He doesn't care.
Here's the test. If you go to the beach and you don't see anything but women, you're straight. If you go to the beach and you don't see anything but men, you're gay. Okay? If you see a mixture of both, you're bi.
Yeah, that last thing.
Yeah. He's that.
Yeah.
He's that. Fucking just whatever
like
jumps
I said,
up at him.
He's the purest bisexual dude I think I've ever met.
Yeah,
I've met some bisexual dudes, but usually one of them lean one way or the other.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to lean one way or the other.
He's fucking hilarious, though.
He just likes whatever. He's just not real.
And then one of my best fucking bros, I've known him for fucking, probably fucking 13, 14 years, is Toby. And Toby is he's gay as shit. He's a leather daddy. All right? Real macho dude, okay? He's a nurse at Orlando General Hospital.
Yeah, and he's done that a long time.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Super good dresser.
Super cool.
Man, all his outfits are super on point.
Yeah.
Like, he's a really good dancer.
Yeah, he's fucking rides motorcycles and stuff. He's got a fucking good biker image and shit. If you look at him, you wouldn't know he was gay. I didn't know he was gay for months when I first met him.
I never thought about it.
Yeah, I didn't know. Well, one time a girl walked by and says, "Check that out." And he goes, "Oh, I'm gay." I said, "You gay?" He says, "You didn't know?" And I said, "No, I didn't know you were gay, man. You see?" He goes, "Oh, thank God."
He was flattered.
He was flattered because he doesn't want anybody. He goes, he's
he doesn't want people to know.
He's like, "Yeah, he's chick. Do I look gay?" And I said,
He's
"No,
like,
man, you look fucking cool, bro." And he goes, "Okay, thanks." So I don't look gay. I said, "No." He's got internalized fucking homophobia, but gay dudes, they beat themselves up over it, you know.
Nah, man.
Not all of them, but he
It's
does.
alright.
And I'm like, dude, don't fucking worry about it. You're not a disappointment or anything. Everybody fucking loves you. Everybody knows you in this club.
He's one of the most popular dudes in there.
Yeah.
With men and women.
Yeah, and fucking women love him. All right.
I mean, not surprising.
And
he's older than we are, but he's in really good shape.
Yeah, he's only a few years older.
Yeah, he's not that much older. He's like mid-50s.
He's like 3 years older than me.
He's like mid-50s.
He loves Jen. They start lesing out and shit. And I'm like, hold on now. Hold on now. See, that's the thing about when Toby goes to the beach, he just sees dudes. He didn't see women.
Yeah.
But he'll see Jen
when he's drunk.
Yeah, when he's
When he's drunk, he gets bisexual.
But that's actually something that happens with gay guys, is that sometimes they see a woman that they like, and that they would have sex with them. But they're gonna go back to guys. You know, it's just that's in their nature. It's just the way they were. I don't know if it's DNA or the way that they were raised, or early childhood experiences. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Of course, I'm not gay, but I know him pretty well. And there are some women he responds to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
because he's always all up in that shit. Like the drunker he gets, the more all up in
I'll get a picture of him.
But it's just kind of like, well, see, that's kind of the interesting thing. I think that most of the time, because he'll even like tell me before he gets like too fucked up, he'll be like, man, like that dude is hot, like right there. And he's just like, should I, like, I think he's probably straight. Should I? Yeah. And I'm just like, man, go for it. Like, see what, you know what I mean? But as he gets drunker and drunker, like then he'll get, into the women's.
Yeah.
But honestly, I kind of feel like, I don't really know if I thought about this that much, like growing up. But.
There, Toby.
Yeah, that's him. That's a good picture.
A recent picture.
That's a good picture, actually.
Let's see.
But it never occurred to me until we were watching that video about the guy that was saying it's like, oh, when you go to the beach, like, you know, he's like, I'm just looking at the dudes, like the women are just in the way. And I was just kind of like, I've always kind of looked at everybody, like whoever stands out. Yeah. I'm not really concerned about what gender they are. So, like I said, I guess.
Oh, shit.
Oh, look at you.
Yes, Tobe.
Yeah. That's a good picture of him. Actually.
Yeah. See if I got a picture of him on his bike.
But yeah, he's like super cool. He's like super nice.
One of the coolest guys in Orlando scene.
Yeah, and he's, you know, just like a super, just nice dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there he is.
Super funny dude. Just really, really personable. You know what I mean? Like I said, good dancer, good dresser.
Yeah, he's a very popular guy.
Everybody knows him. Everybody. He hangs out with our friend Charisse a lot.
Yeah,
she also works at Orlando. Well, she's a nurse too, so they work at the same hospital. So it's like they hang out together all the time.
Toby likes real fucking macho dudes. He leans towards black guys. He likes fucking real fucking jacked.
He likes very macho,
masculine fucking
men.
Dudes. Black dudes fucking yeah. Tobe's a size king.
Although he
likes size.
I will say that a few times when he has pointed out dudes, like at the old place, at the pickleball place, where he pointed out people that were like, "Hey, that dude's hot" or something like that. It wasn't like necessarily what I would have expected. Like it wasn't like some big muscle dude or anything like that.
It up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like I said, it's just kind of like everybody else. You don't really know until you see it.
You see it, right? Yeah.
When you see somebody, you're like, oh yeah.
His stock thing is that he likes tough. He likes dudes that tough.
Yeah.
He don't like weak. He likes tough. And
he doesn't like quote unquote twinks.
No, he don't like twinks.
He's not really into that. He's really into like very alpha.
Yeah, he's a
dude.
He's a leather daddy. You know, and he's not so much into BDSM fetish. He's just very masculine. He likes real tough dudes. Size. And look, he wears some fucking tight ass pants. There been time we're sitting there fucking, and you could see his shit, and these girls would be sitting there just drooling on him, and I'm like, fucking Toe, man, those girls are trying to fuck the shit out of you. He's like, I know, man, but they're not guys.
He's not
interested. Man, I said tonight you need to fucking turn over a new leaf, man. That blonde. This is like fucking 10 years ago. And he's like,
turn over a new leaf.
That dude's huge. He's huge. Motherfucker.
I mean, I've never seen it like without pants on.
Yeah, but
you can see it through the pants.
You can just see the shit.
He can't hide it.
It wraps around his fucking leg and shit.
It does actually.
So it wraps around his fucking leg, and fucking he was hanging out with a black dude for a while, about a year, 2 years, and fucking that dude was like that too, evidently. What was funny is the black dude he was fucking hanging out with was kind of like subservient to him. It was kind of like a beta.
Maybe he liked that.
Yeah, he was kind of femmy, even though he was a big dude, you know. Let me go to the restroom. Gays, they do fucking funny shit.
Well, like I said, it's just like anything else. Like you can say in just like theoretical about like, oh, I like this and that and the other thing, but then when you see an actual live person in front of you, you're like, oh, okay, maybe this is something, you know what I mean? So I kind of feel like that's probably the same thing that's happening with him, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, yeah, he can say, because honestly, like the discussions that we've had with him, he seems to want to be into straight dudes, but not really, like, but a straight dude that's like a gay dude, you know what I mean? So he's just kind of like into these really tough like macho types, but a lot of times like he'll see somebody at the club, like somebody new or something like that, and he'll say to me, he's like, look at that dude, like, do you think that dude's hot or something like that? I'm like, yeah, like fucking go talk to him or whatever. And it's just like, so it's not normally what he would go for, but he just sees something and he's just like, yeah, I like that. So I kind of feel like most people are like that. Like I said, it's easy to say like theoretically I like this, that, and the other thing, but it's theoretical. If you see somebody in real life that's maybe not necessarily like what you would go for. You know, but they have something else going on. Like I said, that's why I say I don't have a type. It's like, I don't really. It's just like, because I don't know. I don't know until I see it. If I see it, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I like that. Or I like this other thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't worry about it too much. Because like I said, it's all a theoretical.
Yeah, Tobe's the same way. Yeah, I think he's the same way.
That's what I'm saying. I think most people are the same way.
Yeah, they kind of have a default.
Most people, if they're not seeing a person in front of them, like, it's easy to have a set of parameters. You know what I mean? I want somebody that's this tall, or that looks like that, or that dresses like that, or whatever. So what? What are you
The
laughing?
Phantom said Toby fucks more black guys than sickle cell.
Oh,
That's funny.
I've heard that.
That's funny. That's a good one.
I've heard that joke before.
U.S. or England? No, we're talking about
Gigi Allen.
Gigi Allen. Yeah.
He was from U.S. Yeah. He's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah. When I was living in Boston, I knew a guy who knew him. His name was Tyrone. Only white dude I've ever heard of named Tyrone, but fucking he was from another punk rock band, and he was pissed at Gigi. He said Gigi actually, his music was really good. He could sing, but then he got famous for just acting a fucking ass on stage.
So he just
started doing that because he didn't have to complete a show.
Yeah. Because everybody would just show up
to watch
for the shit show
to get so he could get arrested.
Right.
But yeah, Ty said that he was really good before he got famous.
Yeah.
As soon as they had his ass on Geraldo Rivera's show, that ruined him.
Well, yeah, because that's kind of the shitty thing. Talent is not necessarily rewarded.
Yeah.
Just being
sensationalism is.
Yeah, being sensational is. Although I do kind of, our friend Scott, who we've talked about many times before, he showed up at Barbarella one time wearing a shirt that it looked like he'd made himself with iron-on letters, and it said Gigi Allen shit on me.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I saw him walk in with that shirt, I just busted out laughing. And I'm like, is that true? Did he really shit on me? He's like, yeah, he did shit on me, like back in the, because he's our age. So he's like, yeah, I went and saw Gigi Allen. I don't remember where he said he saw him. Minneapolis or something like that. And he's like, yeah, he threw shit on me. So it's like every time he wears that shirt, he wears it like occasionally. Like
Victor showed up. Say, Victor, what's up, man? And he's saying something. I don't know what made you gay, Victor, but let me read your comment.
I don't know what made you gay.
He said y'all need to go watch Companion. It was good. 4.5 out of 5.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
All right, that's in the theater right now. I don't know. Is that in the theater?
Somebody I don't know. Somebody also said about The Presence, which is a horror movie that's in the theater right now. Okay. That somebody was saying. That
yeah, Victor knows what he's talking about, though. If it's good, it's good. Okay.
I've heard about that. I have heard that it was good. Yeah, that was. I mean, Gigi Allen had some problems.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that, like I said, it's sad, but talent is not really rewarded. Sometimes it is, but it's. I kind of feel like, somebody that like shits in their hand and throws it on people.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're going to get a lot more famous whether they're talented or not.
Guitar Girl said she's fucking 1.65 meters. If that's important. We don't know how.
Oh my God, we're Americans. We don't know how much a meter is.
We're in feet and inches.
They did teach us meters in school, but I don't remember.
I don't remember. 3 feet. A meter is about 3 feet.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was like it's about a yard.
So she's about 5 feet tall.
Okay.
I would think. About 5 feet.
So a little bit shorter than I am. Right. Like I said, I'm about 5'2", 5'3", something more like that. Yeah. John Gora said Gigi worked with good musicians. He'd beat some of them up if they quit, but yeah, it was like that.
Phantom's talking about the Sightings Heartland Ghost is just like an episode of The Haunted, because we need to see that one. Sightings Heartland Ghost.
We might do a Monday review of that. I wrote it down. So is it like right here?
Yeah, okay.
So I
it's just like a haunting of the episode, but with nudity. And you get to see the ghost, too.
Okay.
And the wife's boo. Okay.
Wait, the wife's boobs?
And the wife's boobs. I'd probably... Boo. He said boo.
Oh.
It's based on the Sally House haunting.
Yeah, because they did that on A Haunting, and they did that on Paranormal Witness, did they not? The Sally House haunting? Yeah. I think we did a show about it, like, a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Gore said his Unplugged record is good.
Yeah.
Gigi could hold a tune.
Yeah, he was supposed to be...
That's what I mean. It's just, that's what's kind of sad, though, like I said.
Guitar Girls asked us what we think of Gojira. We loved Gojira.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking Gojira, what was it, Year Zero? Is that what that called?
That was like the latest one, right?
That was a fucking excellent movie.
We saw that in the theater, actually.
Yeah, classic Gojira, hit and miss. Some of them were good. The original was really good. Other ones were too much for kids. I liked them when I was a kid, but you watch it now, it's just kind of goofy. But that last Gojira movie, fucking Year Zero, really good, excellent.
Because it was like made for adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Robertson said if the photos turn out good, you guys can definitely use them for whatever you want. Okay. So we'll keep that in mind. I have to find the right spot.
We'll give you credit.
Yeah, because the costume is real Slavic looking, and they will be in black and white. Ooh, yeah. Even better. Even better. Oh, she said she's talking about the band, Gojira.
Who? Oh, I didn't know that band. Yeah.
I don't know that band either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not super into metal. Tom was, but not so much anymore. I'm mostly a post-punk and gothic rock and death rock girl. So I don't do much metal.
Sick guy. You guys are so chill. She must be talking about Toby.
Maybe.
Yeah. How old are you, Guitar Girl? Because your vocabulary is that of a teenager.
Yeah, but we don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
We don't know. But yeah, like I don't know, like there's something.
They're asking Guitar Girl if she's got an OnlyFans. That's awesome.
That figures. But yeah, I don't know, like there's something I always kind of liked about the scene here in Florida. You wouldn't think that we'd have like a good goth scene here, but there really is. It's pretty close knit. There is still, I don't think there's like the rivalry between Orlando and Tampa like there used to be, because remember like on SNL they used to like make fun of it, which I thought was kind of funny because it was like pretty true. So I was like, whoever wrote those skits was from here. Yeah. Because they knew what they were talking about. But you don't get as much of that anymore. But having experienced both, because I lived in Tampa for a little while in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, they are very, they're much more cliquish in Tampa. I don't know if that's still true.
No, I don't think it is.
But they were back then.
Yeah.
It was harder to make friends. Orlando is much more open-ended. I kind of feel like it's a lot more accepting, maybe. Do you find that to be the case, or
I think it's the same on
always
both
found
sides.
that to be the case.
The thing about Tampa now is that they have the Castle, and the Castle's a fucking excellent looking club. The problem is that the music tends to suck.
It is kind of sucky.
It's like artificial,
and it's kind of sucky even going back to when I was going there, like back in the late 90s. Yeah, I didn't like it back then.
The music's always kind of sucked. It's been very electronic,
which I'm not.
Computer sounding.
I'm not super into that.
Yeah.
I like some synth pop. I like some industrial. I like some that kind of stuff. Some EDM. But like I said, I'm mostly into kind of more pure goth rock. I like goth rock. I like death rock. I like old school post-punk. I like punk rock. I like that kind of stuff. So it's like if you're having too much... I like 80s, like I like new wave. So if you have something that sounds like that, then yeah, I'm on board. But if you're going too much in a dancey music direction, it's just kind of, I'm not into it. Like I said, after a while, like it all starts to sound the same. And honestly, I was going to the Castle back in the late 90s. And they would play like some good shit sometimes. But most of the time, like, you'd stand there for, like, 2 hours. And I was like, bitch, this sounds like the same fucking song. Over and over. Yeah. For, like, 2 hours. And as far as I know, it's still like that. We haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
But
it always sounded that way to me.
It always kind of sounds like that. Like, so it all kind of sounds the same to me. Which I know some people are into that kind of shit. I'm not really into that kind of shit. I like some of it, but not that much of it. Not that much of it.
I told a guitar girl to go ahead and friend us on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably check Facebook because I'm old. I should probably check
Yeah.
Facebook more than Instagram, but I check both things.
I do both every day, Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Because everybody calls me on both. I never can tell.
Yeah.
From all around the world. Oh man.
You all right with the tooth?
Yeah, tooth kind of
How's
sharp.
your bruise doing?
Man, I don't want to drop my trowel. I had a big fucking bruise where I was injected.
Man, he comes in my office earlier and
It's
takes his
right in the
pants off,
center
which
now.
happens a lot. Okay.
I take my pants off all the time.
He has this huge fucking bruise.
Yeah.
Like on there, that was where he
It was injected testosterone.
Yeah, he injected.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I was like, holy shit, dude.
God damn, that shit hurt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You dropping your pants coming in the office.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like before, 40 minutes before this show started,
Yeah.
Tom comes in here like with his thing and he's like, let's go back in the bedroom.
Yeah.
How long we got?
sex,
How long we got?
Yeah.
I was like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, come here.
So, yeah, come on here. I started casting porn to the television. Threw it right around there. I was fucking tearing it up. I get her in the morning and the evening.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You woke me up this morning too.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
As soon as I woke up completely.
Yeah, for 56, I do good, man.
You do. Well, like I said,
It's all that shit I inject.
it helps.
I have all those fucking hormones, man.
Well, because remember, like, somebody, like, a long time ago, like, several months back, like, somebody said, oh, that's supposed to happen, Tom. Like, you're supposed, when you get into your 50s, like, you're not, I'm just like, no, I don't think so. We're not going that way.
No, we don't go that way.
We're not going that way.
No, there's nothing natural about us.
We still want to.
Yeah,
We still want to throw down every now and then.
Yeah.
Actually, not every now and then. Pretty much every day. More or less.
We're both enhanced, hormonally enhanced.
Yeah.
We both fucking do shit. And we use fucking performance enhancing drugs. Our lifespan's only another 20 years. So, what do you have to lose?
Well, yeah.
You just fucking run it until you die.
Well, that's what I figured. It's
And
just
we'll
like,
probably live longer.
and I never wanted to be one of those people. It's like, oh, we're old now. We're not gonna have sex anymore. We're not gonna. I'm like, fuck that. Fuck that. I don't. That's not the kind of life I want. I'm sorry.
Throw some testosterone in there. You'll be fine.
That's not the kind of life I want.
Yeah.
Man, I'm always kind of like, let's do it. Come on.
Yeah. Jen's a horn dog.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
She'll wear me out, man.
He used to make fun of me back in the day. He's like, man, I need to like hire a dude.
Yeah, I gotta hire another motherfucker to come in here and fuck you. I can't keep up with it. That was before. That's before I started fucking getting juiced, though.
Yeah.
Before I started doing testosterone. I went on testosterone replacement, and then I started fucking augmenting beyond that, and then fucking anabolic steroids is good. Fucking working out, fucking, and all that shit just comes back. I feel like I'm 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can fuck shit up.
Like I said, all the time. Like, I'll be in here working, and he just comes in and is like, hey, what are you doing?
My health is great.
I'm just like, no, I'm not doing anything like particular right now.
Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna fuck.
Wait, you want to get up something?
Yeah. Throw her all over. We videotape it sometimes, but we saw shit. We haven't done it. We haven't done a video in a while.
I know.
It's about time for us to do another video.
We probably should. I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, man, we should do some shit in the car.
Yeah.
We should go to that park and do some outdoor shit like we did before.
Yeah.
I don't think we fucked in that car. Have we?
No,
Okay.
not yet. Not yet.
Guitar Girl said she's going to bed.
All right,
tomorrow.
Guitar Girl. We'll see you soon. Go ahead and
right.
friend us on fucking Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, whatever
Become
you
a
got.
regular, because this is the first time we're seeing you here. But we our regulars have been with us sometimes fucking 10, 12, 13 years. Some of these people.
Yeah, we're on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. And sometimes I put up videos.
Yeah.
Other times, but like we're live. Like
we're a
nights
small
week.
show, but we're a tight knit show. This is more like friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Yeah. Good night, Guitar Girl.
What time is it anyway?
Not that. It's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
You want to get a sandwich tonight?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Oh, I'll get us a sandwich if you really.
You're gonna get us a sandwich?
Yeah.
I got some money, but not a lot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, there's really no reason once you get to our age, because honestly, even when I was younger, I was like, I never want to be one of those fucking people that gets old and it's just kind of like, oh, I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. Shit, like, man, fuck that. Fuck that. Like, I don't like all this shit that's going on now. I just never wanted to be like that. And I think largely I've avoided that. You know what I mean? And I still hope to. But that's another thing. I was like, bro, I was married a long time, and it's just like, you know, I didn't get a lot of variety at the time. I got married at 22. Wasn't I 22? 22. Then I was married for 14 years. 14 years before I got divorced. And then I was like single for a couple years. And I just kind of went crazy. And then, you know, I met him and we got together after a while. But, you know, we kind of said that like when we got older, we were just kind of like, man, I don't really want to be one of those people that's just kind of like, we don't need sex anymore. We don't need this, that, and the other. I was like, fuck that. Fuck that. You don't got to be like that. You don't got to be like that. You can have fun your whole entire life. You know what I mean? Whole entire life. Phantom says, awesome show, you two. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say, but I still kind of did want to talk about that.
Talk about what?
That situation.
With that shit?
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about that, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So listen to this, you guys, because it's like this was a week. He didn't want to talk about it last time because I was like, it just kind of happened.
I want to let shit calm down. Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to bring this up because I wanted you guys' opinion on it.
Yeah.
About what you thought the reasoning behind it was. So we didn't go out last weekend because we were kind of broke. But the weekend before last, Saturday, we went to Barbarella like usual.
We had a great time.
And we had a great time.
Yeah.
Man, it wasn't super crowded. Like, some people didn't come out. Like, some of the regulars weren't out, but a lot of the regulars were out. But it wasn't super crowded. But, you know, we had some drinks. We, like, danced all night, blah, blah, blah. It was fantastic. Came home, you know, had a good time. Woke up the next morning and like, man, that was so fun last night. And then this happened.
Oh, you want me to tell?
Yeah.
Next day, I get home and I get this message on Instagram. Motherfucker, don't you? If you want to talk to me, you talk to my face. You don't fucking touch me. Fucking, I'm not down with you. This and that. I don't fucking blah 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 blah. I don't remember all of it. What else did she say?
Yeah, she said it was a girl. Messaged him on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, what?
If you want to talk to me, talk to my face.
Don't talk
to me,
with your
or
hands.
don't talk with your hands or something like that.
Don't touch. You know, and I was just like, I'm like, Jen, who the fuck is this?
And I look and I'm like, who is that?
And
I don't know who that is.
And I'm thinking, I didn't answer. I'm just trying to think, who the fuck is this? And I was thinking, I was like, and I was looking at that name, and I said, I think that's that girl that used to work for my friend Big Tom down at fucking Mannequins. I said, I think that was one of the bartenders.
And I was like, I don't know her, so yeah. I don't know.
Because I talked to her briefly one time when I was getting ready to fucking... They were offering me a night at Mannequins to dance on a ladies' night.
They were going to do like a men's review.
Yeah, and I was thinking about hiring some other dancers and a fucking...
Yeah, he was going to do like a whole thing.
And it would be like fucking 4 of us. But then the more I looked into it, we would have lost money. So
it wouldn't have been worth it.
It wouldn't have been worth it.
But like I said, we researched it. We were just like, well, can we have like a thing like the Full Monty where we have like a whole group of dudes and we have one night a week, and do we think we can make any money doing that? So we were asking about that, like how viable
so that was. Some reason, somebody told me to contact this one chick.
Who works there.
Yeah, who worked there or they thought still worked there. Because it turned out when I talked to her, she had just quit.
Right.
And she was talking about what an asshole Big Tom was. That he carried a gun and weird shit like that. And I was just, well, yeah, he's a business owner and he's ex-military. You know,
the people that come in that club, actually
that's a rough fucking place. He better have a fucking gun, okay, to protect his clients and shit. It's a fucking shootout fucking starts in there.
I mean, it's not quite that bad, but
yeah, but this is the Wild West. This is more intense than the Wild West. More people die in America today than they did in the Wild West. Wild West, shit that happened. The biggest Wild West gunfight was the gunfight at the OK Corral. That wouldn't even been noticed today.
Yeah, it was what, like 3 dudes or something?
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 dudes killed. That's nothing. So, I'm like, I think that's her.
You're like, is it? I was like, I don't know her, so I don't really know. Like, the name sounded kind of familiar, but not really.
So I responded to her. What did I say? It's
like, wait, who are you?
I'm sorry, I'm not really sure who you are.
I'm not sure who you are.
Yeah, fucking, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, sure, motherfucking. She comes back. Oh, sure, you remember me. I was like,
we don't, though?
No, not really.
We don't.
And a friend of mine, a female friend of mine, hit me up and says, this girl here is talking all kinds of shit about you on her fucking Facebook.
Because we're not on her Facebook, but
yeah, so she sent me screenshots, and she goes, and fucking Tara was the girl, and she's like, I know that bitch, she's fucking crazy. She's a man-hating fucking feminist, and that she's fucking jealous of every fucking buddy. I can't hang out with her anymore. She's just too fucking toxic. Because she stopped hanging out with her. And she was saying, like, oh, he's going around running his fingers through my hair, and his wife is over there, and she doesn't even know.
Yeah, his poor oblivious wife, and I'm just like,
yeah, I'm like, what?
Did this happen? Like, I was standing right there.
And I'm trying to rack my brains.
I was with you all night.
And I'm trying to rack my brains. Did I go by some chick on the way to the bathroom, and fucking maybe she looked familiar, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And maybe I touched her head or something, you know, or... Because I do that shit, that's normal.
Right.
You know?
Like, hey, what's up?
Hey, you know. So, I don't think that she said to everybody else.
Not to him, but
she
on
said
her
to everybody
Facebook
else,
page
she showed me.
Tara sent us a
she sent us
a screenshot of it.
Yeah, and she was going, that bitch is crazy, is what she's saying. She said to everybody else, she goes, yeah, he touched me. I was so pissed I didn't even say anything to my friends. I just fucking left.
Well, she said...
Yeah.
Okay, the message that she sent to you.
Yeah.
What she said, because I saw it.
Yeah, I was showing everything, huh?
Because she's like, he's like, look at this.
Like, who is this bitch?
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who that is. So it's like, I was like, I don't remember this happening. Like I said, I was there.
We were together the whole fucking time.
The only time he left was to go to the bathroom and to go to the bar.
Yeah.
Like we were standing together, literally all night.
And I said hi to people, but I don't remember saying hi. I don't remember seeing her.
Right. So that's the thing. So it's like, on the message that she sent you, she said, you know, if you want to talk to me, you know, talk with your face, not your hands, or something like that. Like you grabbed me.
Yeah.
But on her Facebook post that you didn't see because you're blocked. Yeah. She said that you ran your fingers through her hair, and then she yelled at you.
Yeah.
And then left through the back door through the patio, and I didn't even tell my friends. And I was like, bitch, we were by the back door to the patio all night.
And nobody yelled at me.
Nobody yelled at you?
No.
Nobody.
We had a wonderful night, the whole fucking night. So
like I said, if somebody yelled at you, I would have seen it. Or the DJ would have seen it, because the DJ's right there. Yeah. Or you would have said, hey, some bitch yelled at me.
Yeah. So
nothing like that happened. Nobody saw that.
So
Nobody.
I posted in public on my fucking thing. It says, okay, I know who you are now. It says, look, I don't remember seeing you. And I said, if you had any problems with me, you should have said something at the time, because I don't really know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't...
She came back saying, stop making so much drama for me. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So
when she was the one that messaged him.
Yeah, and then she goes...
And posting on her Facebook in public about him, like, she goes, making drama.
And then she goes, I got friends too, and they agree with me. So,
well, obviously nobody that's friends with us, because I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Nobody messaged me about it.
So anyway,
nobody said anything about it. None of our friends saw it,
Yeah.
so it's like obviously nobody knows this bitch.
Anyway, fucking Dimitri, my fucking buddy, who's the DJ there, he's like, "What the fuck is this all about?" I told him the deal. He goes, "Oh yeah, that happens all the time. Fuck him." That's what he said. Because he's got people that fucking pretend like they know him and that he's. That's a long.
Well, here's the thing.
We have people. There are people that you don't even know who are pretending to know you on social media.
There's one particular girl.
Yeah.
Who it's not us. She didn't fuck with us.
She fucks with
she
him.
fucks with Dimitri.
Yeah.
Who is the DJ at Memento Mori,
Yeah.
and his wife.
Yeah.
And
they don't know who she is.
They don't really know her.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows her.
Nobody knows her.
She doesn't really come out.
Yeah,
but she has
to
this
run the scene.
Yeah, she has this weird
Yeah.
delusion that I founded this scene and now everyone's fucking with me, and it's just
Yeah.
like, it sounds like schizophrenia, honestly. The shit that she says, but she's like stalking them, and they were kind of worried about it. They're like, is she gonna show up and like shoot everybody up or something like that? Because she sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I take all that shit. I show my buddy Little Swole. He's up in New York. And she goes, "Dude, she's trying to get your attention, man. She loves you."
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what Jen said. And I says, I talked to this chick once online for a few minutes.
Yeah, like literally, he showed me.
I saw her
like,
a couple
look,
times, and I talked to her like once or twice.
He's like, the only time I ever talked to her, he's like, he's like, I was thinking about, because somebody asked me to do like a male review thing at Mannequins.
Yeah.
Like him dancing and like somebody.
I was going to get other guys
and
with
other
me.
guys doing it like a.
It's going to be a ladies' night.
Like a troupe, like for a lady thing.
Yeah.
So he was asking, and he asked somebody, it's like, well, who can I talk to about like, the logistics of that? And somebody, I don't know who it was, gave him her name because she worked there,
The blonde.
I guess.
I think the blonde.
Heather. Okay.
Heather. I think Heather told me to talk to her.
Okay. So Heather says, we'll talk to her. She knows. So he messaged her.
Yeah.
And said, hey, what do you think? And she immediately started like shitting on Tom, the guy that owns the place.
Yeah, and I defended him.
Oh, and I'm quitting and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, Tom's like literally the only conversation with her that I ever had was about mannequins.
Yeah, and it wasn't drama filled. It was
he's
normal.
like, it was just normal, he's just like, I was just asking her about the club, and it's just like, and we saw her at the Zymox show.
Yeah, I saw her, and I was just like, hey.
And you were just like, hey, she had a big hat on, or whatever.
Yeah, she had a big old fucking brimmed hat.
And I looked that up, because you said, well, I talked to her like right around the time of that Zymox show.
Yeah.
That was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I didn't remember her.
So he didn't remember her.
So here's the deal. What the fuck is up with this bitch? I don't know who this is. That was 2 years ago last time I talked to her. At first I was fucking kind of fucking insecure about it. I was like, man, was I so drunk that I was fucking up? But
that's what I mean. Well, the first thing I thought...
I wasn't that fucked.
You weren't that drunk.
I wasn't
the
drunk.
first thing I thought was that, well, maybe she's thinking of somebody else. It's like, it's got to be mistaken identity. That was the first thing I thought. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe... you had some drinks and you were just like, hey, what's up? And like, she took it the wrong way. Like, that could happen. I've done that
After
before.
Little Swole said, no, man, she's trying to get your attention. That's happened to me before.
But then
she's grandstanding to all her friends.
She said on her Facebook page, which, like I said, we didn't see that because...
She wouldn't tell us.
She apparently blocked him on Facebook for some reason.
And I didn't even know.
And she said, I blocked you on Facebook. I thought that was a clear enough boundary. And he's like, what?
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are, and I didn't even know you blocked me on Facebook, so okay. Yeah. But there was that. But the shit that she said sounded like she was, like, on a date with you, and she was mad.
Yeah.
But like I said, the last time that you talked to her was, like, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You haven't talked to her since then.
Yeah. Well, Tara says that she's fucking... real fucking misandrist, fucking single, can't get a man, and real jealous of everything. And she's a man hater. Well, so she might have had some kind of fantasy that I was into her.
I'm kind of leaning toward that.
And she liked that.
I'm like, why? Because she doesn't come out. I don't recognize her.
And here's the deal. According to her, and Tara saw her, she says she left real early.
Yeah.
Real early in the night.
I didn't even see her. Well, I don't know her.
That particular night, Jen was fucking banging. The way she looked, fucking, she was wearing the dress that she talked about earlier with the fucking slits going up to the top and the fucking gray and black hair. It looked really good. And I think I think she saw me and fucking was like, and then saw you and was like, that motherfucker. That's what I think happened. I didn't want to admit that at first, but now that I think that's what it is.
Some of the shit that she said makes me suspect.
It's like she's a jilted lover.
Yeah, because like
she has
the
something in
tone
her
of
mind.
what she said.
I don't know. We're asking what y'all think.
The tone of what she said suggested to me, and I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Suggested to me that it's like she had built up some kind of fantasy about you. Like I said, you haven't talked to her for almost 2 years. Yeah. Like I said, you said, well, I talked to her around the time that the Zymox show, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, well, I'm going to look up when that was, because I don't remember. I was like, that's got to be like 2 years ago, right? It was almost 2 years ago. It was March of 2023. That was when that show was.
Somebody said, asking if I'm a stripper. No, but I could do it.
Yeah, well, somebody asked him, like, at Mannequins.
Porn.
Yeah.
You know,
somebody asked him at Mannequins, they were like, oh, we're thinking about doing a male review, and they asked him
if I would dance,
if you would do it, and it's like, we're going to get up a crew of dudes, and he was like, oh, I'm going to get a crew of dudes to do it.
I
like
wouldn't do it by myself. I said, I get some other guys,
But we just determined it wasn't probably worth it.
No, I wasn't going to go full Monty style. I was going to get professional guys.
Well, yeah.
Because I was going to get training off of them. I can dance, but I don't know all the stripper moves. They got moves that they do.
But, you know.
And then he said that she hated my masculinity. That's basically what Tara said.
Well, I don't even think it was that. I think that from my perspective,
she doesn't like men, though.
Right.
She doesn't like men because she loves them. And
I'm not a big fan of men either. but I'm just saying
that type of woman is actually thirsty as fuck.
Well, yeah.
They're thirsty as fuck. They're surrounded by a bunch of fucking orbital betas that they've friend zoned. And then the dudes that they say that they hate are the ones that they fucking love.
And they hate that.
And they hate that they can't get them. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just like an incels.
It was super weird, though, because it just seemed like you said, because Tom was like, look, I haven't talked to this bitch in like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Right?
And
it's like,
brief.
why is she suddenly coming out? Because... Sure, okay.
It was love.
It's possible. Okay. It's possible that Saturday night, we're there, we're drinking, on the way to the bar or to the bathroom or something. Because, like I said, I was with you all night. The only time you were not with me was when you went to the bathroom or when you went to the bar for 5 minutes.
It's possible that I could have gone.
It's possible that you passed her and thought she looked familiar. And was like, hey,
what's up, babe?
What's up?
Yeah.
And then went on whatever you were doing.
Yeah.
And
I didn't talk to anybody.
So it's possible that happened and she took it wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of thinking, because she made this whole thing on Facebook about how she yelled at you and something like that, and you're like,
nobody yelled
I don't
at me.
remember anybody yelling.
Nobody yelled at me.
And it's like, I don't remember anybody yelling at you. No. And Tara said, I don't remember any yelling. Like, Tara was there all night too.
Yeah.
Our friend Mark was there all night. Like, a bunch of our friends were there.
Tara knows her and says that she's full of shit.
I was like, I think I would remember somebody yelling at you and then storming out the back door, because we were right by the back door to the patio. We stand there like all night. Yeah. So it's just kind of like...
Yeah, hi, Desert. She's a female. She's a femcel.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, it was just weird that it was just like so random.
Yeah.
So random. And I don't know, man. It was just a weird situation.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought that she would message you. Because she's like, well, now I've blacked you on...
me if she's hot at all. No, she's fucking a mediocre middle-aged chick. Mediocre.
Like, probably my age, but...
Yeah. She's not ugly, but she's not good-looking either. She's invisible. Yeah.
I suspect, as I said, I'm not her.
Yeah.
I suspect that she had constructed some kind of scenario about you in her mind.
That I wanted her.
Well, like I said, she has not come out. I don't see her.
Tara says she never comes out.
Yeah, I haven't seen her.
Yeah.
I don't know her, but like I said, I haven't seen anybody that looked... Because you described her, and I saw a picture, and I was like, yeah, I don't remember her.
Yeah.
So it's like she doesn't come out.
How does it go? Baby, don't hurt me no more.
I suspect that she had constructed some kind of scenario about you. Yeah. And then she was just kind of like, man, it's like, I never go out, but I'm going to go out and I'm going to see if he's there. And then she saw that you were there because Tara said, look, I saw that she was there because she knows her. I don't know her. Tara knows her. And she's like, I saw her, But she didn't come over to where we were. She was over by the bar, like, all night. And then she left early. She's like, I saw. Like, nothing happened.
I don't remember seeing her.
I don't remember seeing her either.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't really know her. But you described her, and I was just like, I don't remember seeing anybody that looked like that. So, I suspect that she came there thinking that she was going to see you and, like, something was going to happen. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe she has some kind of...
Maybe she went there and then saw me and thought something was going to happen. Then she saw you. That pissed
Who
her.
knows?
I don't know.
Or maybe she got mad that you didn't recognize her.
That's another thing. I might have said hi to her and kept walking and she got insulted.
And then she got insulted because she didn't recognize who she was.
Look, we got to go.
Are you sure?
Yeah, got to go. Want to get something to eat. It's getting late.
All right.
Go ahead and shut it down.
CB said, Tom, be careful.
Yeah.
Women like her can turn into a stalker.
I've had those. Jen's seen them, man. They're gonna.
Yeah, we've dealt with those in the past.
Said she was gonna hide in the bushes for me. Remember that shit?
Oh, I will pull your head off.
Yeah, Sarah.
So.
Yeah.
Man, if Sarah turned up in our driveway, I would also pull her head off.
She was calling me on the phone. Jen could hear it. She was mad that I was with her.
Sarah called him on the phone.
Yeah.
Well, I was in the passenger seat, and we were in the McDonald's drive-thru.
What are you doing hanging out with her? Yeah.
But I'm coming to your house right now.
I come to your house right now.
Tom's like, Jen's staying at my house. I don't think you want to come to my house.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, if she is in your bushes when we get there, I'm going to tear her fucking head off.
That shit was fucking funny, man.
It was very funny. Yeah. But yeah, so we've dealt with this shit before. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't really understand. I don't know. We're not like worried about it. It's just kind of like, it was just weird. It was just like so random. Like we had a really good night, like a couple Saturdays ago. No drama, no nothing. There's usually no drama. We're just dancing. We're having a good time. And then all of a sudden, like the next day, this message shows up, and he's like, "What? Did I do something I don't remember?" I was like, "I don't remember you doing anything fucked up. I don't remember anybody getting mad at you. I don't remember anything like that." So, you know, we were drinking, but we weren't that drunk, you know. And I was just like, I don't remember anything like that. Nobody else that we talked to some other people, and like, I don't remember anything like that. So it's just like, I kind of feel like everybody I think she just made it up, to be honest with you. But yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap it up for this evening. I don't know. I guess we'll probably do what Phantom said. We're going to do that other Beau Bridges haunting movie. We'll see if it's good. If it's not, we'll watch something else. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you everybody for dropping by this evening. Thank you for super chats if you gave us any. And we will see you again on Monday for a movie review. Have a good weekend, you guys. Have a good rest of your evening. And we will see you guys again on Monday night. Good.